did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect?
Welcome to the east side. We don't wait for doors of opportunity, we just wait on when we gotta kick them in. Decatur, Georgia, or a den of thieves. Hidden leaves just to feed the village. Hidden leaves make them feel like ninjas. Niggas always keep the metal tucked till you run up, get your face cut. Got your brukins on the back end. Know too many niggas trapped. They be stuck in genjutsu. They see the world from a different view. Shadow clones cause they silhouettes. Hard to point out when they robbing you. You never know what be inside of you. You never know who you be talking to. Till it's 2 a.m. on the east side. Blacker shadows in the nighttime. They don't wait on nothing but the right time. He ain't come around the corner. Shots fired, that's a nigga down. Sad, but this is normal around this town. I've been crying for my niggas found. I've been praying for my niggas down. Always looking for some progress. Try a nigga, he gon' regress. Locked and loaded that nigga ready. Turn your brains into a red spaghetti. I be looking for God here. Hopefully see that I'm trying here. Save my niggas cause they really lost. Tell them my niggas before you write them off.
They say, Vic, don't you move on that side, boy. Both the crime rate and junkies stay high, boy. Scary niggas, they ain't see my vision and they see it, they want in the convoy. Stop by the corner store, know that it's kissing. Then let them watch windows punk gas for a bag of chip shot with the water. But no, they got sauce, I don't need no patchouli. I just want water. Start bitch with my brothers like Pops and Earl. We gon' turn Keller Road right into a Melrose. I might turn Wesley Chop to a motherfucking church. And they got them my people and teach them their worth. I don't need no appraiser, I'm knowing the worth of my property. They just sold out the cap. Always a lot in the world and I'm winning it all like construction on this side. I'm taking my time. Now it's 2 a.m. on the east side. Up as fuck, no I'm writing rhymes. Late night, not an early morning like an alchemist. I'm turning into something. Shots fired, that's your nigga down. Sad, but it's no more around this town. Cause I'm calling, say you beat the charge. He can't wait to come back around. Other cousin calling, y'all must out. Say he heard prices went back up. Confirm they gassed up. Told him chill, though, cause we next up. People be looking for God here. My job is to teach them look in themselves. Say my niggas cause they really lost. Spitting for the ones they breaking off.
Who did you expect?
Super Bowl. Niggas so thirsty, don't put me in beef. Dissecting my words and start looking too deep. I look at the tweets and start sucking my teeth. I'm letting it rock cause I love the mystique. I still wanna give me a song where I beat. Can't trust everything that you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your caller ID. I'm naming the album to fall off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no fall off for me. Still in this bitch getting bigger. They waiting on the kid to come drop like a father to be. Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started the league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they call when they shit ain't connected no more. Feel like I got a job in IT. Rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. The Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got them attending your wake. Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, this shit like a prison escape. Everybody stepping, we're fucking and everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear up my plate. When I show up, it's motion picture, blockbuster. The goat with the golden pen, the top toucher, the spot rusher. Spray this whole shit up, the crop duster. Not Russia, but apply pressure to your cranium. Cold's automatic when aiming with the boy in the status of stadium. Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing shit that they did in the studio. Niggas usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you bitches really rooting for? Like a kid that had been from January to November, nigga, it's just you and Cole. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.
She had seen me close to him, the universe was alive. She looked me dead into my eyes, she knew that I was a vibe. I don't say much cause my vibe says it all. I don't say much cause my vibe says it all. I don't say much cause my vibe says it all. I can't lie, no.
She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. Yeah, I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. Yeah. She like the vibe and see the aura switch up. I walk into the room and it's so bright now. Plant a seed and go and watch it grow. Water it and treat it what it's worth now. Pops told me I need to have some confidence. Always been a soldier, not a hoe now. Dance around how you really feel. It's a kickback, not a hold down.
Kick back, relax, you know, that's how we vibe. So I got patience for things that ain't worth people's time. Miley Cyrus, happy aura like white diamonds. I put my light in the shadow realm because I'm shining. Blind and these demons call that an eye for an eye. Cause you thought you had me cornered, but I got perfect alignment. Yellow hair, gold stone, purple in my ice cream cone. Red rose what I be on when it's my mother zone. How you feel? Blues make you chill. How you feel? Red velvet make you heal. How you feel? Green get you bills. Back on chill life, old flats on them wheels. Tryna make it to them Beverly's west side of them hills. Well, catch me riding, cause we about to go and slide. And you think I'm classy, cause first rate is what we be flying in. That's just how we vibe, man, we vibing.
She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. Yeah, I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. She love the way I'm vibing. Yeah.
Even with COVID, I plan on staying on my purpose. Can't be detracted from my path. I'm married to the game, what to do, sickness or in health. Till death do us part. I keep my head high, my eyes dry, money in my pocket. Keep my eyes on the prize, laser focused on my purpose. Yeah, I know I had a time lapse. Dropped the tape some months ago. Questions about where I've been. People say they seeing ghosts. Always with the such and such. Talking to y'all so-and-sos. I pop out in a phantom for you. Show some signs of money growth. Used to see me in a hoodie. Still in a hoodie, bruh. I would wear a suit, but my hoodie hide my toolie better. Move with extra caution on the comeback so my come up better. Learn how to invest in shit. 50 shares in family business. Learn to build my last name. My family need a legacy. Pops held the fort down. That's the man I'm trying to be. Keep it on 100, baby. Don't you try to lie to me. It take more than your good looks. I'm rising high society. She want the status and the money. It's all part of propriety. She get accustomed to a lifestyle and nameless ideology. This hasn't happened yet, but I know where I'm going. I know I'll be successful. I don't have much of an option. I gotta get there.
This is the greatest comeback since Billie Jean King. It's the battle of the best, but everybody average to me. I can get a late start, quarantine and lose my mind, and I still find a way to outshine and outrhyme you niggas. I don't understand you niggas, always walking around like you got big nuts to itch, but you be fudging the figures. I guess it figures. Bravado only get you so far until real life start to show you who you really are. I hope you had fun in daddy's clothes when daddy was gone, but now daddy back in town so you can go and get gone. Go outside with the other kids where you belong before you get smacked up inside of my home.
What did you expect?
Why that girl on her phone? She never paid attention to the room or the homie. She just missed another opportunity, And I know that she lonely with no company, She's so busy reading text, she ain't even read the room, yeah. Always sending texts like I just want myself a little boo, yeah. I think I just went stupid, hit by Cupid. The arrow hit my heart, I hope she noticed, gotta read the room, yeah.
Learn to read the room, I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, Read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room. Trying to talk to you is honestly so fucking strange. Trying to find a way to drove my brain to be deranged. I would've never thought I'd have this kind of issue. I couldn't connect with you inside of the same room. I know you feel me, at least I think you do. It's hard to tell, I cannot read the room. Seem to be unfazed, that's what you supposed to do. You seem so confused, baby, why won't you learn to read the room? I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, Read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room.
I'll show you how to read the room, baby. Say you faded off that drink, I hit the road and zoom, baby. Project nigga section 8, I never had a spoon, baby. She says it's rated, this movie coming soon, baby. No, I ain't worried about your boyfriend, he ain't like that. See me, it's on sight about that pussy, he gon' fight back. He gon' risk his life, I beat him up like go down my path. But your bitch want me, so it ain't my fault that you tried that. Oh yeah.
Learn to read the room, I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, Read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room.
Showtime, showtime, showtime. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Aaron O Show. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's getting late on y'all side of town, but y'all don't sleep anyway. And we have a special edition show today. What's in the cup? Before we get the show started, I must, of course, mind my manners. Mind my manners. HQ, okay, runs a channel called the Dayton Pool Roast Reaction. She herself, the Troublemaker herself, was the sponsor of the last show. So once again, big shouts out to HQ for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you, and continue on with your destruction of these YouTube streets the way that you do, okay? So once again, shout out to HQ for being the sponsor of the last show. I got to find my water. I don't know. Where's it at? Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. I need some water. I'm always uncomfortable doing shows without water flowing through my veins. I don't know if that like scientifically can happen, but I like the way it sounds. Anyway, guys, welcome. What do we got today? On the docket, we got two things that we must discuss. First is first, I want to discuss an Olympic medalist and his relationship with his mother after she decides to take what is rightfully his. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Also, the voice of Venus. She did a show earlier. I missed the live, but I was listening in on the replay, and I heard some things on that show. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard some things on that show. She said some things I thought were quite interesting, and we shall approach it in today's show. So I hope you guys are locked in, ready to rock and roll. I've been gone for what's today? For the last couple days. So I don't know. I have to stop doing that. I'll be having like these wide days in between shows, but I'm sorry. The main thing is the main thing for right now. Y'all, anybody that's been rocking with me knows the main thing is the main thing. Don't lose sight of that. Once you lose sight of the main thing, this is the main thing, difficult things start to occur. All right. Also, I want to discuss one more thing before we even get into the show. Okay. Before we even get into the show, and shout out to Victim Olympics, been holding me down for 5 months, which is probably as long as you could have a membership show. Big shouts out to the Victim Olympics. Funny, we talking about the Olympics today. Says a black man won the world record for twerking 3 hours. I haven't heard about that. The Riz God is in here. What up? I haven't heard about that. I do not know if that is true, but I will take your word for it. A record is a record. If they willing to put it in the Guinness record books, I don't know how he won. I see you didn't put a name in this one, so you probably don't know their name, but it's cool. I won't be watching that, but hey, shouts out to them. Shout out to Victim Olympics. All right. I have a question for y'all, and this is a genuine question. Okay. This is a genuine question. I was talking to a colleague today, right? And I'm known as a brother. I'm good at the cookout for now, right? Until somebody kicked me out the cookout. And he's a brother, right? So we were discussing, we both work in corporate America, so take that for what it is. And we were discussing, because I told him I believe, and you guys tell me if y'all agree, that you can tell kind of, not like 100% definitive, but you can kind of tell the race of a person by their voice, right? So if you were blindfolded, right? Because he was arguing that no, you can't tell. He was arguing that you'd only be able to notice based upon their like choice of words or ebonics or talking ghetto or a southern slang. He was talking about it because in the South they speak it's like what broken language and they don't speak proper English and stuff. And he says that if we blindfolded people and they were to listen to me speak, he doesn't believe that they would be able to identify, you know, that I was black just by listening to my voice. And I was a little dumbfounded because I'm like, I think black people sound like black people, like their voice sounds like if I was blindfolded and people start talking, I think I'll be like, oh, that's a white guy. That's a white guy. Oh, that's an Asian girl there. Oh, that's a brother. Oh, that's a sister. Like, I think you can do that, but he argued with me that you cannot. He said, no, that's not what it is. It's if you hear how they talking, like, what's up, yo, man, and what up, homie, and all. If you hear that like type of verbiage, that language, then that's how you identify him. And I was like, I don't think that's the case, but he felt strongly about it. He felt strongly about that, and he's a very intelligent brother. So I have to take into consideration that may be true. But I always felt like if you blindfold me and you start talking, I'll be like, oh, you black, oh, you white, you Asian. Like, I'll be able to figure that out, but I could be wrong. So do y'all agree that if you hear somebody blindfolded, you can pretty much narrow it down like, oh, that's a brother talk. Oh, or do y'all think it's based upon if they say the N-word every 5 sentences, or if they say some specific type of language, then you can hone in on it? Or does like the, I don't know if it's like the cadence or the tone or but to me, I think I can hear the difference, but I could be wrong. But I believe I can, and I'm willing to take all bets. Okay, I'm willing to take all bets. I do think there are situations where, in some small situations where you can't really tell the difference, right? So they have a voice where you're like, nah, you can't really tell. Like, you know how you got that phone voice where you would get a job because they don't know or can't assume, and you have a regular name, your name ain't difficult to say. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the job and then when they meet you, they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? You sound so different on the phone." I do. So I think that might be the case. But I personally think that I hear like the strength in the sound of the voice, like how strong it is, or weak. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know when I'm listening and hearing like a white person talk like behind me, or if I can't see them, or a black person or an Asian person, I just know I can hear it. Because I was arguing if you wrote down like, because he was arguing broken language and they speak ghetto and that's how they distinguish it. And I said if I wrote down in plain English, because we all speak English, right, and made every single different group repeat the same words, right, like a script, right, I still would hear it. So I don't know how we can test that, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. So I just have to ask y'all, what are y'all thoughts about y'all abilities? Do y'all believe that if y'all was blindfolded and 6 people was talking behind you and you was listening, you like, that's a brother. Oh, that's a white girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it can be done. So me and him gonna argue about this for probably the next couple of days, because he is refuting it, and I believe it's possible, because I know what I hear. I knows what I hear. Okay, that's just something that came up. We talk about little crazy stuff like that all the time. All right, so that's just something interesting. But yeah, it's just a random thing that came to mind, and no, it's not a weird conversation to have. Okay, one day when you are like cool with people, y'all just talk about anything. You ain't got to talk about whatever you think we should talk about. You talk about anything. Peace, joy. Hey, peace, joy. I got some water, but today, because Venus always getting in trouble, I got something special in my cup today, Miss Peace Joy. Okay, you might have to pray for it, brother. Yeah, this cup means no water. Just for y'all to know, and y'all know I don't drink coffee. Y'all know I don't drink coffee, right? So we're gonna get into that now. Before we get into Venus, I want to discuss. The Olympic medalist's mother. Okay, this kind of shocked me a little bit, but it didn't blow me all the way out of the water, but it definitely did kind of shock me a little bit. Okay, so we want to get into that. What'd you say? She said Mufasa. Yes, Disney will be releasing the movie Mufasa. I believe it's next year. It could be at the end of this year, actually. I'm not sure, but definitely make sure y'all go out and support the show. Go out and make sure you support all of the content that Disney produces, all of the things that you enjoy, and you go out and you patronize the brand. Okay, now let's get into the show. Okay, and I don't know. I'm feeling real good lately. I've been rejuvenated. I don't know what it is. Like I guess I'm really like pacing myself, like with the shows and stuff. I don't feel like pressed and everything. So I'm just like, I feel very calm, I don't know. And then work is going well. Life is just wonderful. Kuma says it's the summer. Okay, it's in the summertime. Summer in Miami. Listen, that song, Summer in Miami, fire song. Mainly just to hook my favorite. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get to it first. First up, we have the mother. All right, so let me pull that up. We have the mother. Well, yeah, I think the mother, she spoke first. The mother spoke first, so we're going to get into that first, right? So, well, actually, I have to show you who the Olympic athlete is, right? So we should start there. We're going to start there, all right? This is the Olympic athlete, okay? I believe he won gold. Fatty said, wait, where are my comments? It's in the comment section, Fatty. Calm down. This is my show, brother. Relax. Why would your comments not show up, brother? You are there, my friend. Relax. Now, so this Olympic athlete, he's from the Philippines. I believe he won two gold medals, something like that. And he received prize money. Okay. When you win gold, not only can somebody look up how much the gold medals is worth? Somebody look that up for me, because I don't know how much the gold medals are worth, but they probably worth a few grand. Just looking at them, they probably worth a few grand, right? But he won a couple different events, and I think he won at least 2 gold medals or something like, or he's at least won 2 gold medals, right? And he hails from the Philippines. Okay, it's definitely it's an experience. That's what I'll say there. But he won, right? When he won, he received monies for his efforts. Just like there was a young lady who she was in the Olympics to pay for like her mom's medical bills or something like that. I think I read a story like that, right? So I don't know how much they win. I don't know if different events cost different money. I assume a gold medal is a gold medal, but there are probably events that bring more money. I don't know. I'm not super into the Olympics that way. Once you've seen one or two, you kind of seen them all, but I do highly respect the work that the athletes do because they're incredible. Simone Biles is my favorite Olympic athlete. Also, Michael Phelps is just insane. So, I just, a shout out to the Olympics, right? But I don't know. Most of us have a life and we're mostly busy. But this man won gold, and he believed that after he won gold, he said, man, I done won gold. I got some money. Because I want to just tell y'all might be unaware, but the Philippines is not like a rich country, okay? Like there is like rich people there, but it's not like America rich. Like our poor people are rich people in other countries, right? Now, if y'all don't travel, y'all won't understand that, right? But there's like a lot of below the poverty, like very, very below the poverty, like real poverty out in the Philippines, right? Real poverty, not y'all Americans. My life ain't fair. Oh, it's people starving. Not the Americans. We're not talking about y'all. Y'all not really suffering like that, okay? But that's what happens out there. So he won some money, and I don't know his age, but I know his mother has authority on his bank account, right? So for whatever that means, I don't know international banking laws in the Philippines, so I can't speak to that, especially not in depthly, right? But she accessed his money. She accessed his money, and this is what she said. All right, so just so y'all get an understanding, this is his mother. Y'all saw the previous shot there. That was the athlete. This is his mother. Okay, now his mother said something about an amount of
70,000 na ayun yung masasabi kong nasa akin ngayon as of now, no? Kasi,
all right, you're not going to be able to understand nothing she said. All right, we don't speak that language. But the key thing you can hear in the very beginning, she says the amount, right? Let me know if you guys hear it.
70,000 na 70,000 na 70,000 na 70,000 na.
Now, the amount in which she indicates is 70,000. That's what she said. But she said, from what it says, is that his girlfriend did it. It wasn't him. I mean, it wasn't her. But don't blame your moms. Blame your girl. Blame your girl. So I read the comments. You shouldn't be reading in the comments, but I was in the comment section, just so I can get an understanding, because I don't speak the language, of what's going on here, right? And a lot of the comments I saw, some lady said, I hope you and your mother fix your relationship, but I think you should keep this off of social media. Yeah, she said that, y'all. She said, I hope that you and your mother fix y'all relationship, but I think you shouldn't be doing this on social media. That's what they said in the comments. I seen a couple of those in there. And I was thinking to myself, the next comment said, well, the mom started it. The son just responded with one video. The mom has multiple videos. The son just responded with one video because all the accusations that was put out about his good Olympic gold medalist name. And you know another thing I saw in the comment section? Let me just tell y'all, this is the only time I've ever seen this. This is the only time I've ever seen this. They said, well, your mom raised you, so she deserves the money. I kid you not. I seen that multiple times. Well, that's your mother, so she raised you, so she deserves some money. And I was like, what? I ain't gonna lie, I was a little dumbfounded because I always hear you are children, you're innocent, you don't owe your parents nothing when it's time to like kind of make people feel bad. But I always see this sentiment put out there. I always will read and see some comments. That's your mother. She raised you. So, and I'm like, this is crazy. I have never, ever seen nobody ever defend no father stealing their kids' money. Never. I ain't know. Oh, yeah, that's his dad. So, that he raised him. So that's his money. I never. They be demonized at best, right? But I saw him like, this is crazy. But I saw that in the comment section, right? So after she goes on and blames his girlfriend or whatever the case is, right? Because she don't want to take, accountability for her actions. The son goes on and he goes on to speak, okay? So we have him up as well. This is the Olympic athlete, okay? And this is him responding to his mother, okay? Now, in the response, we all not going to understand nothing he says because he hails from a different country and he speaks a different language. But the one thing we all hear is the amount of money, okay? I want y'all to listen closely here, okay?
May mga gusto lang po akong i-clarify doon sa mga interviews at mga sagot ng nanay ko po sa mga interviews niya po. Unang-una po yung 70K na incentives po na sinasabi niya from
right there,
World
70K in
Championships po na
incentives.
sinasabi niya from World Championships 2021 po. Unang-una po 2022 po yun. At hindi lang po 70K yung na-receive ko po doon. Alam ko 6 digits po yun. Dahil dalawa po yung nakuha kong medalya.
So I don't know. I can't hear it, okay? Cat, what up? All I hear is 70K, something about incentives, and then something 6 figures. Now he's speaking in somewhat of an English tongue, but it's extremely difficult to comprehend because it's not his first language, and he might be going in and out, right? So the key thing for you to understand is he said the same number that the mom said in the previous video, but he also indicates something with incentives, 6 figures, I don't know, but we know at least 70K they agree on as a family. At least 70K they agree on as a family, okay? Somewhere that money gone. Now, I just want to ask y'all, if you were an Olympic athlete and you won gold, you represent your country. And let me just tell y'all, winning gold for your country is a big deal. It may not be the biggest deal in the Americas because we always win a lot of gold and China wins lots of gold. But there are countries where they haven't won a gold medal in 15 years, 20 years, sometimes never. So it's very prestigious in all over the world, but in some areas even more prestigious than it would be for us, right? So he represented his country. He was done really, really well. He made money for his efforts, as he should. and his mother went to his bank account and took his money. Then said, blame your girlfriend, basically, which is asinine, right? My question to y'all is, because your mother raised you, do you think that she should be allowed to take your money from your bank account after you won a gold medal for your country? That's my question to y'all. Should your mother, because she raised you, be able to take money from your bank account because she's on your bank account because you trust her, because she's your mom, right? Apparently, mom is God. So, you know, the black woman is God. So I'm just wondering, is that cool? Like, yeah, well, that is my mom. So go ahead and just take my money that I work for. Is that fair? Because I could be wrong. I think it's crazy, but I could be wrong. Super 91 says, how old is he? I will say this. Prime, what up? I'll say this. He's at least old enough to disagree with his mother taking his money. He's at least old enough to go, Mom, that's my money. He's at least old enough to have a bank account. So I'm just wondering, is that okay? Y'all could tell me, is it okay for you to win gold in your country and you return home and you find out your mom took money from your account, and not $100 for groceries, not $300 for groceries, not $1,000 for rent, $70,000. $70,000. Now, I know that we argue all the time. $70,000 ain't a lot of money. I make that argument all the time. But I ain't never had nobody steal no $70,000 from me either. I ain't never had that before. And I will say spending $70,000 in one transaction is a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie about that. You ever threw 70 bands on something? Hey, here, take that. So I want to make sure you guys understand the gravity of this amount of money, okay? I don't think he was gonna be able to retire for the next 50 years on that money, but it dang sure is a nice amount of money to have, okay? If somebody walked up to you and said, let me give you 70 band, we gonna go ahead and take that money. I'm just telling y'all now. So I'm just curious. If y'all mom took y'all money, would y'all say, hey, ayo, look, mom's raised me, so it's cool. I wouldn't have those gold medals if my mom didn't bring me here. Is that what y'all answer would be? Or would y'all check y'all mom? What would y'all do? What would y'all do? Because you can't just be checked. You can't. Who gonna check me? Who gonna check? So what you gonna do? Somebody said, how much is $1 worth in the Philippines? That's irrelevant to the point. Why the Americans always got to try to step on other countries? Why? Why y'all doing? They ain't got our US dollar ain't got nothing to do with the value of that person's money. And to be honest with you, it might be 70,000 USD he might be talking about. To be honest with you. He's speaking in English. He probably said 70 USD. And even if it wasn't, it's still 70 bands in his country. And if you're dealing with somebody in a country that has no money, 70 bands in any country except for probably Venezuela. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of countries where money might mean. Venezuela, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know about the Venezuela one. I don't know if they money mean anything. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if 70 bands mean anything in Venezuela. I don't know. But that's governmental economic issue. But I was just wondering, right? So after, and we're gonna get to this Venus thing, after the mom says your girl did it, after he responds and goes, look, she took this 7 figures, 70,000, all that, the mom comes with another statement. The mother comes back with another statement. She holds a press conference. A press conference, okay? My question to y'all is, what do you think the mother said in that press conference? What do y'all think she said after he went on social media? What do you think was said? Oh, R Streets is here. Hey, R Streets. I'm just curious because I'm hurting for the brother, because if my mom took 70,000 from me, which she would never, ever do, because I ain't gonna put her on my account anyway. You ain't getting on my account. You crazy? First of all, I gotta have that, okay? And Venus, I haven't spoken about you yet. You 3 to 5 minutes away. Don't worry about that. We'll get to you in a moment, okay? I want y'all to know that after he went to social media, after the mom blamed his girl for taking his money, you can see, I think you can see his girl in the background. Can y'all see her? I think that's her in the background or whatever. I don't know. Don't really care, but there's clearly somebody behind him with some long, like, what is it? I don't know, a wig, whatever the case is. I don't know. So after that happened, the mom called a press conference. And in this conference, let me tell y'all what happened. The mom,
Ang aking huling pananalita hinggil sa gilian sa aming pamilya at ng panig ng anak ko, kasama ang kanyang GF na si Chloe San Jose. Umabot na kasi ito sa nakakaalarmang sitwasyon. Dahil buong sambayanan alam na at nakaabang na sa mga susunod na salita ng bawat isa.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You went on social media and told on me. Mama, so sorry. I apologize, son. Son, I apologize. My move was wrong. And I'm not going to return your money because I spent it all. I spent all of your money. But I'm here to acknowledge that I was wrong. But let me explain. I come from a very small village where we don't have much. And I struggled long time raising family. And I love my children. I love them very much, but it's so hard being a mother. So hard being a mother. I struggle. It's tough in my village. Hard find work. Hard to make money, raise family. So I give everything. I give everything to my children. I give them everything, all my heart, all my love. I do everything for them. I struggle. Some days I don't even eat. Some days I don't eat. And I starve to feed my children the bread and the porridge and then I do for many years, and I sacrifice so much. I sacrifice so much for my family. And then because you're mine, you're my minds. I had you. And then when you become a champion in the Olympics and you win gold and you win some money, I feel like we won. You know what I'm saying? Like we the president, like we won. Okay, we a unit. Even though it actually say your name in the record books, but you mine, I had you. So I was thinking that you don't really need the money because like I need it because I struggled with you. It was hard. Your daddy left. He didn't send no child support. He left us in the poor village that we come from. And then my big strong boy, he win gold. I go, yay! I get happy. He wins the gold, and then we celebrate. We buy stuff with your money. But I now know I was wrong. I now know I was wrong to spend your money. It's your money. I'm so sorry. I will never steal your money again. What's that? Oh, you removed me from your account, so I can't do it again? Oh, I wouldn't do it. I would never do that again after I did it once and you went on social media and the whole world knows. I would never do that again. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, I just want you to know that. I'm sorry for 2024, but I ain't going to say it no more. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that there are young men who are fighting tooth and nail to be great and to come home to your country after becoming legendary. After becoming legendary, it hurts. It hurts. Lesson, y'all always talking about these bank accounts and stuff. Whew. And I'm gonna just say this, Mama. No, not you. Close my door. Sorry, moms came down to the basement. Chill out, Mom. Not you. If she, hey, if my mama, if she trying to take my money, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. You going to jail. Yeah, you might can't return my 70 bands, but you going to do a year for each 10,000. 10,000, 20,000, 7 years. You steal my money, I want you to do 7 years. Because I can't do a year per dollar because that's crazy. Because I don't even make that much an hour. So, but yeah, you could for every 10 bands, you get a year. Yeah, you going to jail. Yeah, mama. You going to jail. And I ain't gonna bail you out either. You know why I can't bail you out? Because you spent my money. You spent my money, okay? You spent my money. Shh. Y'all keep it down. Y'all keep it down. Mama said I'm making too much noise in the basement. Y'all keep it down. This basement cool, but it ain't 70,000 cool. It's cool, but it ain't 70,000 cool, okay? Now, let's get to the voice of Venus, okay? Let's get to the voice of Venus, okay? It's time to get to the voice of Venus, all right? HQ, and shout out to HQ. HQ, you were the sponsor of the last show. I just want to acknowledge you. I appreciate you. I have no idea what you're starting right now. Don't do it. I'm going to read what it says. Let me make sure I see it right. It says the title of your show is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Like without a shadow of a doubt. You feel that strongly about it, huh? Okay. Well, we gonna explore. We gonna explore this. The Aaron O Show. We definitely gonna explore. I have no shame. We gonna explore if what you say is the truth. Now, shout out to the voice of Venus. Okay, she did a show earlier, and while I was listening to the playback, I do listen to it on like fast speed, like 1.5, just speed it up so I can try to get in because I prefer to listen like live, but it's harder because, all our times conflict. But when I was listening, I said, did I just hear what I think I heard? There ain't no way I just heard what I think I heard. The voice of Venus. So we shall discuss. Oh, because the voice of Venus was reviewing that woman that I reviewed. Now, I didn't really even review her technically, but I reviewed how she lied on social media about her relationship and how she tried to manipulate the audience and her so-called fans, supporters, whatever you want to call them, because she became egotistical because she made some money. Like I see a lot of times, a lot of content creators, a lot of streamers, a lot of them that do like hundreds of thousands, millions of views, they get into that mindset where they think they can say anything and their audience will just eat it up. So she was extremely manipulative, and I challenged some of the things that were said, and, we spoke about it. Now, I guess she caused enough of a stir that she got on Messy K, aka Tasha K. And she spoke more in depth about her experience. And Venus was reviewing some of that of the show. So we're going to get into that part so we can get in to what Venus had to say about the good old brother. Based upon this interaction that Tasha K and the Queen Rose, what's her name? Rose. The Rose was having. That's where this conversation begins. Now, y'all take a sip. Take a sip before we begin, okay? Now y'all drink water because y'all probably already, your livers is already messed up and stuff. So y'all drink water. Y'all livers is already messed up. All right, let's get to it. The Voice of Venus. This is her. This is her review. And this is what went down on the Get Down, okay? Y'all know on screen, this is Tasha K. And Rose, okay? There was an interview there. I ain't gonna watch the interview, but if Venus was talking about it, I'm gonna watch Venus talk about it, right? And this is what happened. They begin a conversation about Rose speaking about her inflammatory, like, type of, I don't want to say skits, but her type of content that she created, right? And they're going to kind of get into it. And so you're going to hear, if y'all hear what I hear, y'all let me know. If y'all hear what I hear, y'all let me know. Let's get to it.
It's like, yeah, there's no excuse for today. His actions today.
Okay, but he is paying child support, right?
At 30. No, he's paying it not by his own will at all whatsoever. The government is taking that. Every check they're taking.
I mean, I have cousins who are great fathers and they put themselves on child support.
Right. And
right.
I want to tell you, no man wants to pay child support desirably. No man does. No man wants to be told that he has to pay this X amount of dollars for his child. So him not being excited about having to pay for it and the government putting a mandatory request or whatever the case is, so what? Why should he be jumping up and down and happy to be told that he has to pay a certain amount? I'm not saying men are not happy to take care of their children, because that's different. But telling the man, you need to pay $1,500, you need to pay $400, you need to pay this X amount of money for your child is not something that nobody is excited about, unless it is an amount that was reduced from the amount they were previously paying. So if I was paying $1,200 and then they say, all right, we're going to lower it to $700, then the man might get ecstatic. But most men are not ecstatic about that. Okay? Let's just acknowledge that. So the fact that he wasn't happy for you, like excited to do it, Rose, is irrelevant.
Did not do that. Yeah, even though his dad, most of them don't. Your cousins are amazing men. And that's what I always say. Like, I speak on things as a whole, and we got to be honest about the disparities in our community in order to change them. So maybe if I read.
That's the crazy. Big bad boy, what's going on, big dog? How you doing? How you feeling? It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. But I have to just tell y'all this. I wouldn't be happy about no government or nobody telling me that I have to pay a certain amount. I should pay whatever I want to pay as my child. I know people that got children that can't afford their children and they barely getting by. They ain't told they got to pay a certain amount. But we won't jump into that, right? Now, hold on here. Let me fix this. Give me 1 second here. YouTube is messing around with the mess around. Okay, hold on.
Do that, yeah.
Okay. All right, I think I got it here. Here we go. There we go. YouTube, stop playing with me.
This, because when we say the whole super loyal, oh yeah,
like go hard for Black men, like disparities in our community in order to change them. So maybe if I raffle a little feathers, Black community, maybe it'll make them look at, instead of like, oh no, that's not true. The way that Black women like go hard for Black men in the comments, Black men don't do that the same.
Oh yes, can we talk about this? Because when we say the whole super loyal thing, right? I see it in so many ways, not just dating. When there are social issues, Black women are at the front of the damn congregation, screaming, marching, yelling, jumping up and down, crying, and everything else, right? When it comes to injustices, when it comes to things that are racially charged against Black men, when it comes to advocating for them, Black women are leading the charge. And this is what I mean when I say race loyal, not just in dating, just in terms of representation, advocacy, etc. Now, let's be honest. Are Black men doing that for Black women in droves? They are not. Let's just charged against Black social issues. Can we?
If I raffle a little feathers, Black community, maybe it'll make them look at instead of like, oh no, that's not true.
Now, we're going to cover that. Now, the woman Rose here says, because Tasha K presented to her, I see you doing like race baity type of scenes and skits and stuff like that. Right? So the lady does things like, oh, this man gonna take care of some children that was made by another. She does like race baity type of skits, according to what Tasha K presented to her, right? And her argument is that maybe if I do this, it will light a fire under these men to go out and do what's right and fix the community. See, let me tell you why this is perfect. This is perfect, right? Let me tell y'all. I played a video a long time ago, right? It was about the interracial dating, right? And when Black men date out, they do it and they talk bad about, you know, Black women, and they really feel some type of way. They don't genuinely like the girl that they're interracially dating. They're just upset at Black women, and they're not like happy and in love. But when Black women date out, this is what was said in the clip by the Black woman. They really be in love. Like, I feel like this is what she said. I feel like they really be in love, and they don't be doing it to like, despite of Black men and things like that, right? And the most amazing and remarkable thing about it is watching her tell you that she intentionally used her biracial relationship to go on to try to fix her community and make them see the light, not happily move on and genuinely be in love with her man. She wants to use him to attack another man from another group to fix their community. You see how that sounds very conflicting? I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys think for yourself, right? But she goes on to say that the way that this was hilarious. The women, and interesting enough, the Black women, and this is what I don't even know, but y'all call that stuff like gaslighting, right? She acts like she don't know why the men would be upset with her using race clicky stuff, which she agreed and acknowledged she did it intentionally to incite something, right? So that probably would offend some people just a little bit, who are probably prideful to a degree, and she don't care. So the men would go off in your comment section, right? And then she's saying, well, Black women was going hard for those guys. I have never seen people go so hard in the comment section the way that Black women go hard for Black men in the comment section. That was her statement. Another thing I hear women say, most men, you know, really ain't on social media like that. My dad and my uncles and they not really into it like that. The men that would be defending them are not really on social media like that. They're not really on social media like that. There is no argument about who are the bigger users of social media, Black men or Black women. It's not even comparable numbers, right? But regardless of the case, going hard in the comment section was the claim to fame. So they was going hard for the men in the comment section, and that amazed you. That made you feel like your community was waking up. It made you feel like that because they was going hard defending Black men, because those women too saw what you was doing and they didn't like it. You consider that defense, or them agreeing that they see what you doing and they have eyes and the Black men have eyes and they're going to say, yeah, you right, she tripping, and that's the staunch defense? That's the argument? Of course, after she says this, Venus goes on to expound on the Go Hard for Black Man campaign. Go ahead and listen again, okay?
The way that Black women like go hard for Black men in the comments, Black men don't do that the same.
Oh, yes. Can we talk about this? Because when we say the whole super loyal thing, right? I see it in so many ways, not just dating. When there are social issues.
Now, I want to acknowledge the first part. Super loyal. I want to acknowledge the super loyal part, right? Let's talk about super loyal. Super loyal. Do we really know what loyalty is? Do we really know what loyalty is? Is it the same for everybody? Is just picking your own considered super loyal? Is it your verbiage? Is it your actions? What is super loyal? That's my what is super loyal that what is this super loyal that Venus is speaking of? And I'm sure she's gonna expound and she's gonna paint an unequivocal phrase, or she's going to paint the picture so clear, like it's going to be so lucid that Black women go so hard for men and it ain't even close to being reciprocated. That's what's going to be said, okay? That's what's coming down the pipeline, okay? HQ says it's true. I sure hope y'all interracially date, because if y'all have zero experience about interracially dating, and then maybe y'all friends don't, because I'm going to just tell y'all, most of y'all friends don't interracially date, and y'all don't interracially date. Most of the women that go so hard, and I'm going to get into it later, y'all don't even do it. But anyway, HQ says, it's true. We don't date other races to hurt Black men. I can't even finish this sentence. I have heard, oh girl, yeah, I'm dating this man. He paid for the food too. Oh yeah, he ain't asked for no rent money. He ain't asked for this or this and that. He don't even do that like them other guys out there. But and put it all over social media. But that's not even here or there, right? Y'all don't date other races to hurt Black men. Okay. I accept your statement. Okay. HQ says, but we've been hurt by Black men. I agree to that. You have been hurt by Black men. Are you saying you've been hurt by Black men that date other races to hurt Black women? Or are you just saying that Black men have hurt you? Because I 100% agree Black men have hurt women. I agree that according to y'all didn't want to be in the forest with a white man either, or any man. It wasn't, I don't want to be in the forest with a Black man. It was any man. So my guess is that's based upon the experiences that y'all getting. Because if the other races were getting such a great experience, they would have said, girl, I would love to be in the forest with mine. But y'all don't think about that. It says true, Black men don't go hard for us. Look at how many Black men say they won't vote for Harris, yet voted for Hillary. I'm gonna just tell you this. HQ. This is my opinion, by the way. I don't know if this is a fact or not. Kind of feel like it is, but I'm gonna just say it. Most Black men don't vote. I would probably argue Black men have probably one of the top 2 or 3 lowest turnout for voting. I'd argue that they are probably the lowest turnout for voting. I'm just gonna tell you that. Maybe you think that they vote and grow, but no, I don't think that's the case. But let me respond directly to your statement, okay? How many Black men say they won't vote for Harris, yet voted for Hillary? I don't know any. I don't know any. And I think half of them lying, okay? I don't know any that was like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for I voted for Hillary, but I don't want to vote for. I don't know. Maybe that's the new wave going out, and maybe that's just a statement. But to be candid with you, right? Let me try this. Maybe this will connect a little bit. If your experience is I deal with black men primarily, if not them only, this is just my guess, like only, then the other men haven't hurt you, right? Think about that. They haven't hurt you. So maybe the Hillarys never hurt the guys. But from what we heard about Harris, I have to be careful. Because I live in the Bay. So some people know some people that know some people. But no. That's public, very public. There's guys that's been locked up and awarded like record sums of money for the experience in which she did. That's facts. So if you see somebody, and the thing that men struggle with and get dealt with a lot is getting ran through the mud in jail. And if a man, especially a black man, sees that when you had the power, when you was making money, you called the shots, you was a boss, you used that power to make evidence disappear. The guy comes out and then somehow, some way, luckily gets saved and gets record money. They might view that's how you feel about those men. I'm just saying, I don't know. And if that's the case, they may have more of a reason to want to bypass you as opposed to that story coming from Miss Clinton's campaign. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. HQ says, I'm her. I love it. And I'm never going to take that away from you. I'm not here to knock nobody, Sean. You are her. I support you. Says, of course, all races of men have chased me. Oh, wait. Of course, all races of men have chased me. I think that means me. So, yes, I've dated plenty. First of all, ladies, don't ever acknowledge you dated plenty. Say very few, and I was choosy, okay? Because then they're going to think you for the streets. But I'm joking. I know exactly what you meant. So cool, right? Is it your experience that these men don't like these women and they only getting them because they don't like black? Maybe you believe that. But I'm just telling you that don't be the case because the majority of black men don't interracially date. And the ones that do typically really like the women that they date. They really do. As a matter of fact, if you just go on Instagram, you just type in interracial dating and you will see floods of interracial dating couples married in all the time. Just saying. You'll see it. HU says, yet Hillary got 89% of the black vote. I'm just going to ask you again. Do you think black men vote in waves? Do you think they vote? Do you think that's a high percentage? I'm just asking you. Because last time I checked, when y'all want to denigrate and hurt feelings, y'all say y'all be in jail all the time anyway. So y'all can't even vote. So now we not in jail no more, according to y'all. So first we was in jail. So tomorrow we going to be jailbirds, can't make no money. And then, but today it's, but y'all be voting though. Do they really be voting? Pull it up. Pull it up, right? I'm just going to, do you think they're targeting the black vote as the black men's vote or the black woman's vote? I'm going to just ask you, do you think it would make more sense to put, I don't know, Meg Thee Stallion there or Jay-Z? Which vote you think they going for? I don't even like politics. You can figure that out yourself. I don't even like politics. You can figure that out yourself, right? I'm not into that crap. I can't stand it. But I'm just telling you, HQ, I'm sorry, HQ, no, you're not going to get away with this nonsense, okay? HQ says people say anything, facts. They say anything is facts. They need solid proof. That's what she meant to say. No, they don't say anything is facts. Now, if you're from New York, they might be saying that a lot. Facts. That might be. I'm sorry, New Yorkers, that might be on y'all. I don't know. But the point being is, I don't believe you decided to make a statement that you disagree with me. I don't believe you don't. Do you believe we are a big voting bloc? I guess we're not in jail. I guess we're not in jail as much as y'all say we are. And I happen to agree. But I still don't think we are a big enough group to make this argument against. So if we said we ain't voting for her, whoop-de-doo, do you think they want our, do you think that they're vying for our votes really? Or do you think they picked Meg for a reason? Come on now, do we have to play this game? But anyway, right? Super loyal. I have a problem with this whole super loyal stuff, right? Because I don't believe that's the case. I don't know what they got to do with anything, but we're gonna progress on to hear the wonderful breakdown of the super loyal. Okay, let's get
it in so many ways, not just
Black men don't do that the same.
Oh yes, can we talk about this? Because when we say the whole super loyal thing, right? I see it in so many ways, not just dating. When there are social issues, Black women are at the front of the damn congregation, screaming, marching, yelling, jumping up and down, crying, and everything else, right?
Okay, let's start there. Remove just the dating part, right? Because Venus wanted to discuss when it comes to social issues, which we've already acknowledged that women are more social than men. And they have been requesting a more prominent role socially. They have been requesting a more prominent role socially, right? So she said marching, screaming at the top of their lungs, and crying. Well, let's discuss that, okay? And right now, let's discuss that. Marching part. I hate to tell you, but what has marching accomplished? And what marching are you speaking to? I know you're speaking about B.L.M. Of course. But that's not specific to just the men. We actually know that movement is a whole nother argument. We don't even get into that. The crying part. I thought y'all tears don't work. I thought that the only tears that America cares about is the one with the blonde hair and all that. And I'm not talking about when y'all dye y'all wigs and stuff. So if your tears don't work, you out there crying. Okay, cool. Marching has accomplished what? What defending, screaming, and yelling and marching thing that you did that has progressed the men that you laugh about, step on, talk down, call weak, all these things? What has the marching and the screaming and yelling, what has it progressed those men? What has it done? Is it a show of good faith and like, we're willing to do something even if it doesn't work? Just want you to know we care about you. We're trying to show with action. Is that the claim? Is that the argument? Is that the claim? Is that the argument? Because I'm not sure what progression. Fellas, y'all in the chat, y'all remember that time that they was marching for us? Y'all remember that time that they was marching for us? Tell them just how far that has got us. Tell them just how far that has moved us, how much it progressed us. Just throw it out there. Oh yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I remember that time back. Yeah, like in 2021, they was marching for us, man. Guess what? We got more jobs now. Yeah, they was marching for us. We got jobs now. Oh yeah, we respected now in society. Oh yeah, they was they held it down. They were screaming, yelling, marching, and crying, and all that. And they did that for the progression of the men. That's why they did it. Not because that's fun to them. It's enjoying. What it was, let me just tell you. Like most human beings, when you're frustrated without an a plan that you know is going to work, you just want to vent. You just want to get it out there. That's what you want to do. And that's what you did. Now, I in no way, shape, or form don't believe that you don't care, because I don't believe that's the case, because I do believe you care. But I do not believe that marching, screaming, and yelling and going hard in the comment section and crying progressed us. It may validate you, like they say, when you're having an argument or a conversation with your partner. Make sure you validate their experience. They may not be correct, but just validate. Let them know that they're being heard. Let me ask y'all a question. If they told people y'all reading is illegal, just saying, you know me, I don't harp on victim lives, but let's touch a little bit on the history. If we outlaw y'all ability to read, because we believe that if you become educated, you become powerful, right? They believe it to a degree. Now, it may not just be specifically being able to read a book, but the enlightenment that comes with knowledge, right? That's a stepping stone, right? Do you think people will finance your freedom? Do you think that the majority of jobs that you're given, they are created to finance your freedom? No. They're not doing that, from my understanding, right? They're not trying to finance your freedom. So why would they let us march if they thought it was going to work? I know it frustrates y'all because y'all want to harp back on the 1950s and in the 60s and the 40s and the 30s, and y'all want to go back to those days when those brothers marched. But y'all don't want to talk about when they were segregated, and the marching may have helped because, well, maybe our money was in our community and they probably wanted that money to be shifted over to their community. So the marching may have helped because it was about money. Remember, what was it called, right? I'm not even going to get on under this little crazy stuff, but I'm sorry that live brought this out of me. Was it the Montgomery boycott? I don't remember which one it was. I'm not a history buff, but y'all help a brother out because y'all care about helping us so much. Remember when they said we not getting on y'all buses no more? And they said, oh, we don't want y'all on the bus anyway. Get off our bus so we can sit on wherever we want on our bus. Get out my seat. And that man there said, oh, you talk to my people like that? We won't get on your bus no more. We won't get on y'all buses no more. And you know what happened? They ain't get on those buses no more. And you know what happened? They said, oh, you playing with our money. We's going to do a little bit better. Not because we care, but we want y'all money. So if our money, while y'all been doing all this marching, right, is already circulating in their society, right, because they're just, what the heck you think marching is doing? If marching really worked, why would they let you do it? If it was that effective, and I'm not saying it can't be effective, if it was that effective, why would they let you do it? They'd be like, yeah, y'all go ahead and do the stuff that's going to work against what we're trying to prevent y'all from doing. I'm not a thinker. I don't know, right? But the point being is interesting. Interesting. So going hard in the comment section, huh? Going hard in the comment section. Cool. I'm going to be respectful. Because that's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And shout out to L Nixon in the building. Says, Aaron, good to see you. Pray all is well, bro. I'm in phenomenal spirits, man. Life is great. The space I'm in right now, I couldn't even explain it to you. I wouldn't foresee it, but I do a lot of work. I put the work in to get there mentally. Okay. Ed Unchained says this man is preaching. Amen. I'm not. I'm a conversationalist. I'm having a conversation about what I heard. If y'all think I'm wrong, I have no problem with being wrong. I'm presenting the conversation. I heard marching, screaming, yelling in the comment section, all those things, right? But I did not hear progression. But it's a possibility y'all heard something different. Let's get back to the video.
when it comes to injustices, when it comes to things that are racially charged against Black men, when it comes to advocating for them, Black women are leading the charge. And this is what I mean when I say race loyal, not just in dating, just in terms of representation, advocacy, etc. Now, let's be honest. Are Black men doing that for Black women in droves? They are not.
So the claim is, are Black men doing the same actions that women do in droves? No, we don't do what women do. Women do what women do, and men do what men do. Now, there are some times when those lines, they might cross and intersect, but we don't do the things that women do. That's what y'all like to do. We ain't never told y'all we like to march. We ain't never told y'all that we want to. We told y'all we don't really think that's effectively working. So we not really as tied into it as you guys are. And you guys have not provided me any evidence that you've seen progression because of this. I don't know what progression you've seen. You have to present it. Now, I don't know if you think the only ones was. Let me ask y'all. Do y'all think those marches, it was only women there? I'm just curious. Let it be said the marches, only the women was there. There was men in the marches too. They didn't want to just scream as much as y'all did wanted to do on the bullhorn. So y'all thought the ones on the bullhorn screaming and yelling that they was the leaders of the marches. That's what you make it seem like. Oh, so y'all was like, we got to protect our men. You thought saying stuff like that. Cool, right? Now, do me a favor. Forget us, right? Because every opportunity that you have, right? Since you keep making this a claim that we're doing it, which I will make a very good argument against a lot of these. Stop going to these beauty salons. Remember that they kicked y'all out and treated y'all dirty and treated y'all bad, and they took y'all dollar and don't care about y'all. Stop going to those salons. Stop going and getting your nails done and your feet done at those places. Only go with the sisters. Forget us. Advocate for yourself. The reason we ain't gonna necessarily advocate, because we not going there to get our nails and our feet done at the rates that y'all are done. So go ahead and shut them businesses down. Go ahead. Be like, no, we not going to be y'all number one supplier. Since y'all up front, social issues, all these things, go ahead and do that. Or do you want to take a social issue to throw in our face that we don't do the same things you do? It's quite an interesting take. Boy, this stuff is amazing. Boy, this stuff is amazing. And I'm only on 10. I'm not on 100. I'm only on 10. I'm only on 10 right now.
They're not. There are some of the biggest haters I've ever seen, for real.
Whoa. What did you just say? Make sure I heard that right.
There are some of the biggest haters I've ever seen, for real. There are some of the biggest haters I've ever seen, for real.
I know I ain't hearing that.
There are some of the biggest haters I've ever seen, for real.
No.
There are some of the biggest haters I've ever seen, for real.
Uh-huh. Okay. Continue on.
They speak negatively the most about Black women. I've said this a million times on this channel. Black women were being celebrated for increasing their numbers in education. It was nobody but Black men telling them nobody care about your education. And y'all are the most enrolled. Y'all ain't graduating. Y'all get basket weaving degrees, right? Then Black women were being celebrated for tech and entrepreneurship. those businesses fail. Da-da-da-da. Like black men are the biggest fucking haters of black women.
Now, let's dissect that. When the women got their education, they had accomplished something that nobody else had ever done. They had got a degree. Oh no, that they didn't do nothing that nobody else ever done. They just got a degree. Now, don't get me wrong. I have heard guys say that they don't care about your education in terms of you being a dating match or potential partner for them. Not outside of that. Is it fair to say that most people don't care about other people's education at all anyway? It was irrelevant, but let's just tie into that point. This is my experience. Please don't invalidate my experience. I am the weak one, so please, y'all be the leaders that y'all are. Just have a question. Is it reasonable or fair to say the rejection came when it was through in their face? Well, I got a degree. Do you? When it was weaponized to deride those men. That's what it was. Let's just be candid and upfront. Most of the pushback is because I make my own money, is to weaponize something in the sense of I don't need you. You ain't important. That's what those claims are for. You're highlighting your education because you believe that translates to money. And to be honest with you, it actually does. How much money? That's up to interpretation, right? Now, let's speak to this. Because a lot of people ain't even actually operating under the degree that they got, but that's a whole nother conversation. The point being is, in my experience, I find educated women to be cool and educated. Whoop-de-doo. In my experience, I want to know what's more valuable outside of a degree from academia. I want to know how that translates to the real world and your abilities. Because you having a diploma, if we code, we can throw your diploma in the fire and heat up the house if that's what you mean. But the conversation in context was like, oh, you throw it in the face. Oh, you think you better than me. Because let's be honest. There's nothing wrong for celebrating something that wasn't prevalent prior, right? So y'all was not originally getting all these degrees and doing very well. So when you finally do, start stepping up, become entrepreneur and getting degrees, I understand the need and the desire to make it seem like you're the first. But you're not the first. Other people have already done it. You're just another person to accomplish it, right? That's not to undermine. It's just to acknowledge you're just doing what human beings doing. Your decision to tie black in front of things is your decision, right? But you got a degree like another human being got a degree. How you choose to weaponize it is going to be the audience. But a guy, this is my opinion, guys that went to Harvard Law with you, don't be like, I don't care that you went to Harvard Law, Sabrina. I don't care. What is it, Malaysia? I don't care if you went to Harvard Law. They don't say that. You know why? Because they're your contemporaries. They're there and they think you might be brilliant. But if you go and argue with a guy, that ain't nowhere near in your education field or don't care, that your education ain't got nothing to do with him, what the heck does it matter? If y'all tell me that guys that are doctors see you become a doctor and go, oh, I don't care if you're a doctor. Now, and I'm saying in a sense, not dating, remember, because if y'all dating, that's different. But just naturally don't care that y'all accomplishing degrees and all these things is lies. They're saying that they don't care if they woman did that or not. And they have every right if that's what they care about. Sorry. Now, let's see, entrepreneurism. When y'all was starting all these businesses and then the businesses were failing, which is common because most businesses fail, they were the main ones saying those businesses going to fail anyway. Okay. What's the context? A guy walked up to you down the street and was like, that's why your business failed. Probably not. Probably not. The context is you was online arguing with a guy and you was like, I'm an entrepreneur. And he was like, I don't care. Your business is going to fail anyway. How much money you really making? And that's how the conversation truly went. To sit here and act like the conversation is black men are walking down the street, see a black woman, and out of pure hatred in their heart, they stop her from her loving Lord Day, walking about in her vibrational, high energy life. And they say, excuse me, miss, what's your name? And do you have an entrepreneurship? Because your business is going to fail anyway. And then say, have a nice day and run off. That's not happening. So in context, it's about in relationships. I don't really care. And it's their truth. Like y'all like to say, it's their truth. If they tell you they don't care if you got a degree, so what? They want to know what is invaluable to them. If you want to argue with them about it, whoop-de-doo. But no, I'm sorry.
Period. I don't care what nobody says. They are. And so we're not going to pretend like when people say black women are way more race loyal than black men, it's in every way. Black men date out more. They are not like showing up for black women the same way black women show up for them.
All right. So now you took it back to the race loyal in the dating stuff, and black men date out more. Why? I'm just curious. Why do you think black men date out more? What was the answer you got when you asked a black man? Because I know you respect black men in the general sense. They're the ones that's disrespectful and rude. You're not. So when you humbly and respectfully ask a man and say, well, why do y'all date out? He goes, because I'm not race loyal. That's what the answer is. Or, I'm sorry, the finest girl he saw was her. The finest girl he saw was her. And he was like, oh, what's up? And she was like, oh, yeah, what's going on? She was like, oh, guess what? You don't have no Jordans on? I don't care. You know why? I wear Skechers. So I don't care if you don't have no J's on. I don't care if you're not wearing any Jordans. I wear Skechers. Now, I hate to tell you, but when you from the trashy hood, I grew up in the trashy hood. Shout out to the hood. Yeah. Popularity is prevalent. The ones that didn't care, because I didn't have those Jordans, and I'm not a set of women because I'm smart enough to understand the way that children work and the way that the process happens is what's cool to them. Kids are making decisions for coolness, not necessarily for intelligence and being prudent. At least some. So when I don't have the Jordans that you like or the type of clothes that's fly, and you go, he can't dress, and another woman from another culture goes, oh, our man can't dress anyway. Why would I care about that? Why would I care about that? I'm not disqualifying you for your sneakers. I don't care. What are those? What are those Reebok? That'll work for me. I ain't even tripping. Have you heard that that's a lot of their experiences? Not just your filthy, disgusting mouths and your disrespect and all those type of things that they speak about. I ain't saying that is true. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm saying that's what they say since we talk about what they say. And that's a different experience. So I think you have to really get down and really understand why those things happen, because those women will walk up to you and say, what's popping? Hey, how you doing? Finding ways to get in your light. Y'all say a real man got to pursue me. Otherwise, I would never. What would it be? Hell will freeze over with ice water before I ever get on my knee for no man. And all these things about your disdain towards how you think men should be. As if the men don't have a right to think about how women should be. So, I'm sorry, that's a lot of the truth. The truth of the matter is culturally, what y'all value is different from what they value. You may not like the truth, but it is the truth. Okay. Now, not in all cases, because obviously the possibility that I actually don't even know if it's a possibility, yes, but I just don't think that's the common thing. All the black women that they like was like, I don't like you. So then he was like, I'm gonna just go mess with these chicks or whatever the case is. Most women are typically attracted to the like more like popular, attractive guys, smooth talking guys. They have some attractiveness to them. It's just what women disqualify each other for. So race loyal because y'all choose to not date out and stuff like that. That's because the guys don't have no swag. And the problem is, it's the truth. Y'all say it. We hear y'all speak. They ain't got no swag. They can't dress. They weird. That's y'all. Y'all say this stuff. Y'all not really race loyal. Y'all not liking the other option that you have to take. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's apples and pears available, and I typically 9 times out of 10 I eat apples, but for some reason all the apples is rotten today, I might go ahead and have a pear. So am I loyal to pears now? No. Opportunities be the case most of the time. And it's funny when it's time to talk bad about them. It's not like y'all marry up anyway, as if the others do. But that's just the point. Race loyal.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to be all the way honest. They don't. And I don't care who's offended. It's a fact.
The black women at all. So
Okay.
I feel like
that's
Oh, by the way, I'm offended. Oh, yes, I'm offended. And you don't need to care that I am. So I'm going to speak about it. That's all. I'm just going to speak about it. You have a right to express what you think there, and I too shall express what I think. Respectfully, of course.
Fact.
the black women at all. So
okay.
I feel like
So that's a whole different conversation. I just kind of wanted, because a lot of times we base our actions off of reactions, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so you kind of spearheading into the algorithm with this white man who you kind of deem as as better than any other man that you came across, especially black men. And I saw a lot of the videos where you were saying another black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like I've seen like the clips, and to me, like I said, you may not agree, they do give race bait. And for you to be 19 and your baby daddy at the time being 20, that's a decision that y'all both made, and like you said, y'all both made that. Is it fair to put it on him that he is the reason as to why, you guys went south, why he's not able to afford to take care of the kids? Could you have been just as equally kind of toxic in that relationship as well?
I just want to say this. How you making all that money on social media and you still mad that they ain't spending no money? I would be mad that they don't see their kids. I would argue that. Because when you're in a deprived situation, you ain't got no money and they ain't seeing your kids. I understand that. That's a deadbeat. But show me the guy that is making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the internet, in sports, whatever the case is, and he has custody of his kids. Tell me where he gets mad at the mother because they don't support financially. If you like, it's beyond crazy. You have enough money. Like, I could see if money was an issue, then I could see, yeah, that he needed. But now you have enough money. As a matter of fact, if we was taking care of our kids with all this money that we have, right? I would tell you, you ain't got to pay no more, child. We don't need it no more. Good. We got the kids. We good. But it seems like men do different things than women do. So it explains why we're not doing the same actions. At least to me.
See, this is why I personally think the black men of today are weak as fuck, right? See, this is why I personally think the black men of today are weak as fuck, right? See, this is why I personally think the black men of today are weak as fuck, right? This is why I personally think the black men of today are weak as fuck, right?
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear why.
There's a lot of women coddling grown ass men. That does not produce strong men. Making excuses, justifying bad behavior, babying and coddling grown ass adults does not turn them into strong, responsible adults. I don't understand this.
I'm curious. Strong, responsible adults. I think that there's a struggle that people are not. I think we don't speak the same language sometimes. What strong men are you referring to? And let me just hear, of course, your grandfathers or your great grandfathers that you don't know. What comparison are you making it to? Are you aware that different times in society requires different outcomes, different experience, different actions, right? Which strong men are you referring to? And please tell me, how did they get strong? Please tell me, how did these men become strong? Is my question. Like, how did they become strong? Where's the comparisons at to the weak men of today? You blame it on coddling. Okay. So if you don't coddle your kids, they will become strong. Huh. Oh, it's gonna get good. Oh, it's gonna get good. Oh Lord. Oh, the work is the work. The work is the work. So all you have to do is connect that for me. How are the men going to get strong, and which men you're comparing them to is remarkable. I will say this: if you want the men to get strong, then they might have to go back to you been staying in your marriage for 40, 50 years while he making another family on the side of town. And you just got to deal with it. And you can't leave your marriage. See, show us the men that you claim are strong are dealing with the same circumstances that the men are now. If the men that you claiming were strong had women that needed them, are you making the right comparison? Are you making the right comparison? Are you telling me that when women couldn't get their own jobs, they needed a man? Because I had a like that we couldn't get no credit cards. We had to get a man signed for a bank account. It's true. It just started happening that we can get this freedom. So for those men to return, what environment would have to be created for it to exist? Just curious. Y'all to be dependent on our income again, and y'all not working outside of daycare jobs? Like, you know what's remarkable to me? All this entrepreneurship, and y'all not running no daycares. How is daycares where you can make the most crazy money and y'all not dominating that field. It's interesting to me. You know how many people are complaining? Oh, there ain't no child care. It's too expensive. Why y'all ain't figured out how to monetize and take care of that? But I digress. The point being is this. Please tell me which men are the strong men that y'all want. Is it the men that come from an era where women were dependent upon them? And they did what men do? And they had other women from the side, but grandma still stayed? Y'all gonna be those women, or y'all gonna say what we think y'all gonna say? I'm not my grandma. And we not in that day and age. I make my own money. So if the dynamics change, this is why it's crazy. If you have a color crown, right? And your color crown is yellow, and you're drawing with graffiti everywhere, right? And then somebody comes with a blue color crown and draws on top of your yellow color crown. Does it make a new color? Somebody tells me, what does yellow and blue, what color does that create? I know y'all know the answer. The point being is, you're not dealing with those men in the same circumstances. The men that y'all constantly refer to are the men in different circumstances. This is why it's hilarious. If the argument is, well, those men took care of their children. Yeah, because the woman, he wasn't getting kicked out the house for having another woman. It's just what it was. Y'all not keeping up with the agreement. The agreement is we get chicks on the other side of town. And then we go back to being those strong men y'all asked for. Now, create the environment and the switch will happen. Why do you think it went down the way? I'm just curious. I have thoughts. I believe that a change happened. Those men didn't just disappear. So, like they say, the monkeys, we evolved from them. Well, why are the monkeys still here then, right? So they don't just disappear. Those strong men will still exist unless the environment change, climate change, societal changes, legal changes. All of these things get mixed in the pot, and you're identifying different people in different circumstances. So that's my thoughts on the so-called weak men of today. So you may believe that is true. And I'm not here to argue whether it is or not. It's your decision to make. You have your own views. The question then is, describe these strong men. In which era are you speaking about? And every time we tell you what those strong men got to do, y'all rewrite the rules like, nah, they don't get to do that. Or you lie and say, I'll let him do it as long as he pay the bills and then he buys a house. Like, y'all be saying this stuff, and then y'all be lying. So we'll move on from there, because we already chopped that up and broke that down there. Let's move
this. And Black women specifically love doing this shit for people who ain't doing shit for you. They stepping on you. They telling you ain't shit. Fuck them kids. Fuck them degrees. And what do y'all do? Y'all turn around. But no, you got every excuse in the world for people who don't have none for you. I'm not going. I'm sorry.
So let's cook. I'm curious, right? You know what I've heard lately? This is what I've heard. I'm just kidding. Y'all tell me if y'all agree to this. I've been hearing ladies say, that's why we slowing the birth rate down. That's why we not having children no more. Because we tired and we not playing these games with y'all. Do you think it's possible that if women stop having children, doesn't that also mean the men not having children? I don't know. Run those numbers for me. If women are not having children, isn't a direct connection that the men are not having children either? Right? Is that fair to say? Because I know in a crazy world, you think that you not having children, I don't know. I don't know how to do math because I ain't go to college. I don't have no degrees for them to laugh at me. But I know 2 + 2 is 6. Is it plausible that the men don't have children either? Or is it mind-blowing that if you produce women with children, then you produce men with children. Is that mind-blowing to you? I don't know. That's too much stress there thinking about that. There's no way. The women have decided we're not having kids no more. And somehow, some way, the men keep having kids. Somehow, some way, the men keep having kids. So the women say, yeah, y'all want children and stuff, but we going to keep having them. And men are like, yeah, if y'all don't want to have kids no more, we going to keep having kids.
I think we need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
Well,
guess we having kids without y'all. Dun, 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 dun. Underground Zone said it's been a long time. I blame Aaron for this. Oh, I'm the blame for this. I was inspired by the voice. I'm inspired by the voice. You know, fair and honest dialogue. I just want to be able to respond. That's it.
Well, too.
Absolutely. I feel like women, when they, and it's not something that's talked about enough at all, especially in the Black community. When we have babies, after our hormones are so out of whack. And so when I was with him, I had a baby, and then a year later, I have a baby, postpartum again. So
right.
Yeah, I'm like going through things that he can't understand, doesn't know how to try to understand. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely.
Wait. So y'all both young and you going through stuff and he's not equipped with the tools. I'm just curious. Do you think in the 1960s and 70s, I'm just asking you a question. I don't know. You don't have to respond, okay? Is it possible that great grandpa was like, oh, you just had a baby. Are you okay? Are you going through postpartum? Are you going through something? Do we need to? Or do you think they knew nothing about it? Do you think they was equipped with the skills? Do you think we had this type of information disseminated? But those strong men, they weren't doing none of that stuff. But anyway, y'all was young. You wasn't no smarter than him, apparently, but you should be because, y'all mature faster. And he didn't know how to deal with it, and you was angry at him for it. And he didn't know why you was angry at him for him because he don't have no knowledge of what a woman might go through after delivering a child. Shocking. Just like y'all heard the word disingenuous so much in gaslighting that y'all never heard it 10 years ago. Y'all think it's possible that a lot of this information that we are saying that these men don't do, they had no knowledge of? Is it possible? I don't know. I just think it's a possibility that asking people to deliver in something that they're unaware of, have no skills in, is a losing effort.
I'm not him and like the past, like that's neither here nor there to me. Like that's really not a big deal to me. My thing is we're 30, 32, like take care of your kids. Okay. That's
but he's doing that, even though, but he's working a job.
Now, no, Venus, I'm not making no excuses. I just told you men are having less children. They're doing the work. They're having less and less children. I don't know if you heard about it, but they're having less of them. I don't know if you heard about it, but the birth rate's going down. They're having less children. She at this time she's talking about the father of her children, right? In which she picked somebody. She did not prepare for these children. She did not plan these children. She was in her emotions. They was young, like she claimed. And then she said, but now we're 30. So now you should know better. Okay. To me, it seems like y'all still in contact. But I'm going to tell you a secret that the smartest women knew back then. If he don't want children, he don't want to take care of children, you can't make him. This is why it's all laughable to me, right? The men that want to take care of their children, take care of their children. And the men that don't. And of course, there are some situations where they've been separated from the children because they weren't emotionally there during her time of need. And you'd be more than disingenuous if you don't believe women will realize how you treated them and utilize that child to hurt you. No, my children won't be around you because you're mean and you scream and yell. Excuse me. You know how many of us grew up with parents that scream and yell? You think you get to dictate of how another parent want to scream and yell or not? That's the sacrifice you got to take. That's the one thing I dislike, right? A woman's like, oh, can you do the dishes? If the man don't clean the dishes as good as you just better at cleaning dishes. If you want the men to make money because he's better at making money, he's just better at making money. Him arguing with you to make more money and you not good at it is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So you being better at something than him and getting mad because he's not as good as you at something, that's your problem. See, and the struggle that I believe women have is that they don't have an ability to turn it off, right? And they think men are bad because we can do something that they want to do. Pay attention to this, right? When women are away from them children, I'm always constantly thinking of my children. They're talking all these things, right? And they're like, somehow the men, it's not like we think our children don't exist anymore. We're just pragmatic. I'm 50 to 100 miles away. I can't actually do anything. So me losing my mind and stressing, oh, but what about this and what about this is a you problem. Y'all don't have the capabilities or don't desire to do it, but y'all actually are requesting to feel like I want to be able to do this now. It's so interesting. So the things that you say men are bad for, because that's not good people stuff, okay, is the actions that y'all want to do. It's always been why I talk so much about honor principles, right? So when you make a claim, you treated me wrong when you got money, right? And then you say, when I get my money, I'm going to treat you like that too. You can't make the argument that it's wrong if you want to do it too. You just ain't got the money. But that's too much for y'all to understand.
So that he can pay child support, correct? So
no, he's working a job because he has to work a job because it's America. He won't be able to provide for himself if he would.
See, she's saying if he's working a job, not because he wants to take care of his child, it's because he wants to provide for himself. Do you not understand that men will quit their jobs and not work at all, be homeless, so that they don't have to pay if they don't want to pay? Just telling you. Man, have you ever seen a woman being told she got to pay child support? Have y'all ever seen a Holly Berry is angry she had to pay child support? Somebody with money? So people with money mad that they got to pay child support. And you think men with less resources and money is going to be hyped about paying it? Laughable.
Wasn't working a job. So after I put him on child support, we went a whole year without him paying anything. Like,
can
you hear me?
It's okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just taking up.
Calling.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went like a year without paying anything or paying very minimum just to like stay kind of afloat. He only has to pay $400 for 2 children. That's not a lot at all whatsoever. And so finally he wasn't paying. He got his license revoked and all of that nonsense. So I finally pressed the issue where I made the government take it directly from his check. He doesn't have a say in that coming up. So no, he's not taking care of his kids, like at all whatsoever. I have messages from last year with me saying in January, hey, do you want to pay for the tickets now? They're only $99 each child. I'll buy one ticket and you'll buy the other so that you could get them in June. No, I'll take care of it. June came, he didn't get the kids. And then he flies out to his mother's house in August, take a couple pictures, and then like post the pictures and pretending like he cares for them or wants to do something when he's seen them for 4 days at his mother's house.
Let me tell y'all some stories that make y'all feel good to say, but is irrelevant to us. People know people who take care of their children. Y'all the only ones that's fooled by social media. That's why y'all the number one targets. This is why the simps exist so much. Y'all love the simps. Social media simps. Y'all don't have them in real life. But you think men be falling for it? Oh, yeah, I seen you taking pictures with your kids on the Facebook. You think we then think that they really taking care of their kids? I'm just curious. You think we believe that? Oh, yeah, we like first of all, it shouldn't matter for people on the internet that don't know you. So the pictures being taken can only be judged by the people that know you. It is insane for you to be upset that he took pictures with his kids and somebody on the internet was like, oh, he must be a good dad. Who cares? We don't know those people. If you invested in some people that you don't know and caring about if they think you a present dad because of pictures, not smart. All of us actually know people that we know if y'all actually take care of your kids or a president or not. Ain't no pictures on the Instagram or the Facebook gonna influence us. Oh, bro, you been taking care of your kids? Yeah, man, didn't you see me on the Facebook picture with them? Bro, you've been hanging out with us for 6 months straight. I know you ain't seen your kids. I asked you what you doing. Oh, yeah, we know. So this false belief that they be faking and frauding like they with their kids for the internet, so what? So what? That is irrelevant. You have no idea if they like, man, I don't know. This might be the last time I can see my kids for a while. I've been getting some pictures with them, have something for me. Yeah, you have no idea how people deal with what they deal with. But the point being is, most people actually know if people taking care of their kids. They do. So if I got a homie and he not taking care of his kids, there ain't no way he can go take pictures on Facebook and convince me that it's been done. You see those pictures on Facebook? So I just don't like those arguments. I genuinely do not like those arguments. They're just irrelevant, and it's just like grasping for straws to me. Just because you upset that he only take pictures and only bring you flowers on Valentine's Day, and he only take pictures when he see his kids once every 3 months, that's your attitude. He ain't lying to the people that know or that should be in the know. If he lying to somebody in the other side of the country who don't know him and would think from the picture he a good dad, totally irrelevant. And I just want to say, if you get their jobs taken, if you get a guy's job taken and he don't have a driver license, well, he might not make no money for a long time because a lot of people need a car to make money. Just saying.
And I've heard that story times.
I have heard that story too many times too, where the women say like some of the fathers like they want to pop in once in the blue and take a bunch of pictures, so it appears to the outside world he be with his kids, but no, he really don't be with his kids at all. Don't know what size they wearing clothes, don't know shit about them, don't know doctor's appointments, don't know nothing. He's not really active in their life for real.
Yeah, so let me tell y'all a secret, right? If men and women do different things, let them do different things. That's the one thing that in these conversations, right, that y'all try to win battles with like a guy having one of his leg tied up and one arm behind his back, and y'all make these pointless arguments. What the heck does he need to know what size of the child's shoe that or clothes that they wear if that's something you take care of? And I hate this. It's both of our jobs. No, it's not. It don't have to be. There's something that you need to understand. See, you get to delegate which part of a job that you might want to do. You ever heard somebody say, well, I really don't like doing this. Can you do this? And they go, well, you do this. And then that's how it works. It's not uncommon at all. Like, oh, I really don't like this. And the guy said, well, I'll just pay for it. Tell me how much it is and I'll send you the money. See, If the dad is a single dad, right, and his children don't have no shoes and they don't have no clothes because he don't know what size they wear, then you would be correct, because that would be his job, because he don't have no partner that would work on an area that's not important to him. That's not something he cares about. That's something that somebody else takes care of. And see, the problem is women want a man to be a woman, and we are not women. That's something that's so important to y'all. Have you ever met a single dad and their children don't have any clothes? They don't have any shoes, and then you're like, you're not taking care of your child. You don't know what size they wear. Fine, you have a legitimate argument. But if a man tell you, oh, his mom takes care of that, I hate to tell you, that's good enough for me. I know y'all want to like downplaying people and stuff like this to say, well, how come, why she got to do it all herself? Why can't you do it? Because she was fine with doing it. Like, for example, if something happened to your family, I'm just asking you, and let's just say somebody hurts your kid and the dad goes by and they go, well, why the dad ain't taking care of that? He goes, well, that's a woman's job. And something happened to your kids and they go, why you ain't take care of that? Oh, because they daddy gonna handle it. You don't then go, well, it's my job to handle it too. I'm giving you an example of a situation where you're still a parent, right? And yes, you technically are supposed to defend your child, not just the dad. However, when they say, oh, the dad is taking care of that, pay attention to the analogy. The dad is taking care of that problem. Nobody says, well, you the mom, you need to take care of it too. You see how you can delegate responsibilities that they both supposed to have? So I'll reiterate it to make it make sense. If I'm with a woman and I don't know my kid's shoe size and I don't know the clothes size that they wear, and she does, and she goes, well, we need to get this. I go, oh, how much you need? And she takes care of it. And somebody asks me, do you know? I'm like, no, his mom takes care of that. They don't then should say, well, you a parent too. You need to take care of that. Because of something happens and some violence happened, right? And I say, oh, babe, don't worry about that. I know they messing with our kids, but I'm going to take care of that by myself. You don't then come and say, oh, no, I'm a parent too. I need to do my part and get in there. Y'all say, my man got that. So that's just proof that we can delegate responsibilities. You see how that can connect? I know you don't like it that somebody's smart enough to show you how to connect it, but that's the facts. So it just frustrates some of y'all. Now, this is remarkable, okay? Sin says, I'm curious, Aaron, where have you received so much family information without one? You think I don't come from a family? How did you think I got here? How did you think I got here? I like Sin, and she's wild in the comments, and I don't mind, but that's insanity. It's insanity. That if you, I'm not gonna let you throw me off because that's wild. That's wild. Yeah. See, you know what the kryptonite? Let me tell you what the kryptonite is. A man that's not broke, a man that don't have no kids or take care of his kids, you can't do nothing to him. Can't do nothing to him. You can't call him broke, and you can't say he don't take care of his kids. He's the kryptonite to your talking points. Now, although I am broke, I will accept that. You just have to deal with the facts. If what I'm saying is wrong, say it's wrong. Don't ask me how I acquired the information. Don't ask me how I acquired the information. Just say what you're saying is inaccurate or wrong, and then prove it. If you prove what I'm saying is inaccurate or wrong, we can deal with it from there. But I don't think you're going to be able to. See, dealing with the truth hurts.
But makes it look like that on social media. There are some men who do that. I know some.
In my own community.
Okay. How many black men have you dated in your community?
How many
Besides your
black
baby
men?
daddy. Yeah, besides your ex-husband, baby daddy. How many black men have you dated?
Maybe 2 or 3 besides him.
So yeah, you know, black men, they so bad. How many you dated? She had to date like 50. She had to date 100. Is there a minimum requirement to do a study? Is there a minimum requirement to do a study? I dated like 2 or 3. Now I'm gonna just tell y'all the secret. Anybody that's dated 2 or 3 know exactly how many it is. There is no confusion between 2 and 3. The number is so low, you remember all their names. You remember all their names. So the 2 or 3, come on now, just say it's 2. The 3 you threw in there because you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you just threw that in there. He liked you, but y'all ain't really date. You know how you be like, oh, I ain't counting that guy. I ain't counting that guy. Y'all know how y'all be leaving guys out of some of these arguments? Nah, leave that out. Nah, I ain't gonna mention him. But then when it's time to make it seem like you got a bevy of experiences, yeah, like 2 or 3 or 4, you know, extra and some more. Nah, keep it real. I don't like none of this math. What kind of math do you call this? You know, it's certain math that they call. I'm just telling you the truth. We know. So all this vitriol is from 3 guys. 3 guys, and 1 guy is the one that made the kids with you. So the other 2, what was the experience you wanted to have with them? Don't answer that.
And so you're done with black men?
Naturally, like if I was not to be with my husband, I would not desire to.
Oh, before we get into that,
No. I know before we get into that. She said, all right, so if you wasn't doing with your husband, naturally, I would not desire. Pause. Why do you want to pause it right there? It was just getting to the truth of things. It was just getting to the truth of things. Why stop there? Okay, go ahead and stop the show. Go ahead.
Would not desire to.
Oh, before we get into that, because she about to probably
to
piss Tasha K off with that.
Okay.
I want to read this comment. Where'd it go? Superb said something about we attacked the German lady. Oh, okay, here it is. Says, guys, support my show. Hit the cash app, hit the super chat. Like, don't have me up here singing and dancing for y'all followers, okay? Superb 91 said, Venus, when the German woman was talking about good black men, y'all attacked her. She is doing the same, but you support her. Double standard as usual. I don't recall her talking about good black men. I recall her shaming women.
Now, I have to tell you guys, Venus is very smart. You guys might not understand it, but you got to pay very close attention. Very close attention. With the select choice of words. The select choice of words. She wasn't talking about good black men. If she's dealing with a black man, I'm going to assume, this is just my opinion. Is it more than fair if a woman is dealing with a guy, right? Isn't it more than fair to assume she likes him and she thinks he's good? Or should we just assume she's using him? Because I would assume that, dang, she must really like that guy. That's why she messing with him. Because I seen this other guy, he look lame and stuff, and she don't want to mess with him. So maybe she liked this guy, or y'all not dealing with guys because y'all like him. I don't know. But it's within the realm of reason to make the presumption, because by default, women are good and men are bad, right? It's not that, oh, there ain't a bunch of bad women out there. It's a bunch of bad men, but no bad women. But they keep finding women, and they just trick them all the time, right? So it's fair to say she's talking about good black men. It's fair, but it's not factual, because that's not what she actually did and broke down, and that's what make you so keen and aware of choosing your select choice of language to say, that's not what I heard.
What I recall her doing.
Yep.
I recall her talking shit about the black community not valuing family. That's what I recall. I don't recall her.
Hey, watch this. And then Venus says, I recall her talking about the black community not valuing family. While the same women say, y'all don't value families. We don't value families in our community. I.e., watch this. Billionaire says, if you want to be successful, you must work really hard in life. Oh, yeah, that must be true. He's a billionaire. Billionaire hands a piece of paper to a homeless man and says, recite these exact words. Tell that kid, if you want to do well in life, you must work hard. No, that's not true. You homeless. He just said the same thing I said. So if that lady said, y'all don't value families in y'all community, and y'all go out there and say, we don't value families in our community, now she's messed up and effed up for saying the same thing that y'all been saying? I don't know. That's not crazy at all. That's like me walking outside and I see a trash can and somebody else walk by and be like, that's a trash can. And I'm like, how dare you recognize the trash can? Yeah, I'm sorry. That's how confused I be. That's how lost I be. This is the stress that I could have trying to be genuine in all my conversations. She said what y'all said. She said what y'all said. Y'all said that we don't value, y'all don't have no families, y'all don't value families, y'all want to have these children all out of where, and she goes on and says they don't value families. Oh, she evil. I can't believe she said that out loud. Didn't you just say that 5 minutes before she walked through the door? I can say that though, because I got the complexion for the effect. Like, this is wild. Carry on.
Talking about good black men. So I don't know. Y'all got like a interpretation issue or something. But
now that, see that little shot right there? That is her showing, oh, I'm smarter than you, which is fine to do. But the ones that know, no. I find it heavily entertaining because she knows I know. But I'm just saying, like, come on now. That German lady didn't say nothing. I ain't watched. Did I watch the video? I really don't care. Point being, what your statement directly after is, she said what y'all be saying. That's what I heard y'all say. So maybe if what she said, I take a piece of paper from her and say the exact same thing she said, maybe it's okay. The black community don't value families. Oh, if I say it, then it's cool. But if she say it, if I hand her a piece of paper and say, hey, say this real quick, it's the same way, it's the same thing. Let's move on. Because y'all not catching on to this. Is crazy.
I don't recall. I recall her saying that she has to be the high value man in her relationship, fly him out. She was the masculine one, flew him. She had to fly him out.
Wait. Flying people on an airplane is masculine. Get all those female air pilots up out of there. If flying people is masculine, get those female pilots up out of there. See, y'all gonna keep trying this thing. We can work and make money like men do. Is making money masculine? Is money making a man thing or a woman thing? We gonna get down to the nitty gritty one of these days. One of these days, the truth will come out. So she had to be the high value man because she can afford to pay for things. And see, this is what we mean. Like, when y'all get money, y'all put us down. So if she was the high value man because she could afford to pay for things, when the man is paying for things, are you the low value woman? Nah, that don't sound right. Nah, that don't sound. You just doing what a man's supposed to do. See, this is the thing. I can't wait because all of these women have it down packed. They know exactly what a real man is. They got the bullet points and everything. Ask them what is a woman's responsibility in life. What is her duty in life? and see if you got concrete statements or if she get options galore. Well, she could do this and she could do this and she could do this. But the man, he had the least amount of options while y'all saying he's the leader and this is his world. Yeah, we not falling for that crap no more. And y'all bad because we don't be quiet on the internet. Yeah, we not.
Show him things he never seen before, give him things he never had before. And then she was chosen to be the special one who is supposedly so submissive and docile, but still works and splits the bills. That's what I recall her saying. She does not have an existence that anybody cares about. Like, no. She could have her black man that she had to be a high value man just to get and coddle, just like Tasha K is doing right now with this coddling ass shit. No, thank you.
To waste my time besides him.
And so you're done with black men?
Naturally, like if I was not to be with my husband, I would not desire to waste my time trying to find the right black man.
Oh my God, and not to bring this back up, but do you guys remember when she did that interview with DJ Hamp? And I don't know, a lot of people didn't pay attention to this, but she said that black women have a hard time looking her husband in the eye when in public. And I was like, why didn't anybody like kind of ask her, why does he care about being seen by black women? He has you. Why is he in public worrying about black women making eye contact with him?
The same reason she over there talking about men outside of her husband. Her response should be, I'm not leaving my husband. Her response should be, I don't think about other men outside my husband. But since she get to have all of these options, you telling me that if a man is walking and the natural kind thing to do is if you see somebody, I'm not your man, you see another human being, you might smile. Hey, how you doing? We brothers and sisters, right? You are a sister. I'm supposed to be your brother. So if you out and about and I see you gonna just give me the not look eye? We not even together. Well, what's the evil eye for? Why can't you look me in the eye? Why are you shying away? Why can't you smile and wait? Why not? Maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a northern. I don't know. But I'm just saying. You don't think that he's like, all right. And then here's the thing. Acknowledging something exists don't mean it's messing with your day-to-day. It don't mean you care that much. Oh, you know, I walk down the street and I'm like, was that person looking at me? And I move on. Like, no, I probably wasn't even looking at me. I'm tripping. Does that mean I care about that person? Does that mean no, it means I acknowledge something existed for a moment. But regardless of that, because we limit our options, right, to feel and think, limit our options. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that women shy away from looking in it. And maybe to be fair, maybe she described it wrong. But I have heard a bevy of men say, when I'm walking and I'm with my girl, I do get those stares. I get those looks. I'll be with my friends all the time. We might just be walking and I've seen those looks. Now, she said, don't look. I've seen the looks. And I know it's there, and I'm like, whatever. They don't even look. They wouldn't even be interested in you. They only interested in why you messing with this person or why it looks like you messing with this person. It's not like they would have stopped in traffic to get your number. It's that you doing something with somebody you ain't allowed to. And it's funny, this lady here is the divester, but we going by what she's saying. It's hilarious to me. Now, I'm not saying I believe in divesting because I don't care about it. But the way the arguments are presented, she would be the divester. She would be that.
I was so curious about that part because I have a theory. I think black women know usually when they see a white man with a black woman, it's usually one like her, right? It's usually one that has all these negative opinions about us. And she feels validated through trying to shit on usually one like her, right? Because I have a theory. I think black women know usually when they see a white man with a black woman.
So this the part I got confused by. When you see a white man with a black woman, this is the part that threw me off. I don't know if she meant to say it this way. I think it's inaccurate. I think she meant to say a black man with a white woman. I'm not sure, but I think that's what she meant to say. But I could be wrong, so I'm going to listen to it through. But right now she's saying when you see a white man with a black woman, that's what she's saying. That's a scenario.
Black women know usually when they see a white man with a black woman, it's usually one like her, right? It's usually one that has all these negative opinions about us, and she feels validated.
Yeah, so I think that's what she meant, because she's saying that when you see a white man with a black woman, I think she meant a black man with a white woman. That woman is usually like the woman that was on DJ Hamp's show. I think that's what she meant to say. I could be wrong, but I think that's the only way that makes sense.
Through trying to shield on our community, but with the help of him, of course. The only time those white women, where do you think they get the nerve and the audacity to even come in public and speak in that way, guys? Where do you think they get it from? Where do you think they
get the nerve or the audacity in their country, in their world, the ones that run things, they're the European standard, all these things, right? That you think they need approval from you to speak how they want to speak and say what they want to say? You think they scared of you? You think they scared? You think that they was waiting for us to be like, hey, you can go ahead and do it, say it and do it. You think they was waiting on our authority and approval? So we got authority now. Or you think they do what they want to do? Just like you to try to dump this off on the brother. Same guy, y'all been said y'all don't like those women. Y'all been said like y'all don't rock with them. So now all of a sudden that they need our permission to talk like that and think how they think. Wow, type crazy.
to even come in public and speak in that way, guys? Where do you think they get it from?
Wow, crazy.
Where do you think they get those ideas from?
Where they get it from?
Where do you think they get those perspectives from? They didn't grow up in your community. They get it from the man that's laying down next to them, right? And so what he usually is doing is tearing down his own to lift her up and make her feel special.
That's exactly what this woman is doing. That's exactly what this woman is doing. Most of the interracial relationships that I see on YouTube, I don't see the black guy doing that. I see them getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they don't even be talking about no black women. They be living it up with their YouTube girl. So, but this YouTube girl, whenever y'all see this racial Beto stuff, it be the black woman with the white guy. You don't see, okay, forget it. Because maybe the woman you were viewing is not doing exactly what you claiming that the men make comfortable and do. She literally does the skits and everything. And I shouldn't even say it's skits. The content on her. That's what Tasha K was saying. That's what y'all do. She's literally doing that. And you don't want to expense the energy and time to point out that she does that. You want to talk about how in the absence of evidence of showing those men doing that, when you have the perfect example on an interview monetizing this, you choose to omit and not acknowledge that that's what she's doing. Wild, but not unexpected. Not unexpected. But hey, maybe we hear and see two different things.
And so when we see you in public, we know 9 times out of 10 that that's what you're doing, and we don't respect you. And that's why we don't look you in the eye. For anybody who is wondering, I don't look at them either. When I see them, I look the whole next way, because I know 9 times out of 10, that's what that black man is doing. And I just discussed it. I'd rather not see.
9 times out of 10. So at 90% clip that when you see interracial dating, only 1 out of 10 black guys is truly good with his girl and truly rock with her. Okay. But when you see the girls go over, it's love and it's so genuine. Amazing. Okay.
See them. That's why nobody looks at you in your eyes, sir. That's really why.
Fair enough.
If I just somehow just fell in love, then I would be open to that. I'm not closing. I'm not telling people to open horizons while I'm closing mine. They wouldn't be like my first, option.
Gotcha. Right. So she's saying black men would not be her first option. They wouldn't be her first option. Now, if black men come out and say, man, black women wouldn't be my first option, would we get a calm response? Well, yeah, that's cool. Will we say, oh, that's just your preference? Would that be defended? No. Y'all know the next thing that's going to be said, your mama black. You hate your mama. Like we've heard it. The problem is when we go to express ourselves and say, yo, that's what we get when we tell what we want. But when y'all tell it, y'all sell yourself as a victim. So y'all do the prerequisites. Y'all like, look, in order for me to say what I want to say, I just got to say this. I was done wrong by a man in the past. I was done wrong by a man in the past. He didn't take care of his kids. So now I would not go in there and deal with him. A man goes, look, I was done wrong by a chick. So now I'm going to go mess with these other chicks and make a family with them. Oh, but you ain't taking care of your other family. Like, no, I'm using my experience. I was done wrong. I was done wrong. I don't want it. So my preference is the blonde, European, green, blue eyes. It is what it is. You got to live with it. Y'all would go crazy. But y'all act like that ain't the truth. Y'all act like that ain't the truth.
That's kind of strong.
Yeah.
Like,
so she said black men, even if she divorced her white husband, would not be her first. She can't see them being her first option.
Yeah, we heard her.
You have a black son, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So are you, is it okay if black women were to skip over your son and say, hey, based off of my experiences with 3 black men, I'm no longer prioritizing men in my own race. Like, you're raising a black son without a black father, and right now his father figure is a white man.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, he has a great grandfather, which is my daddy, and also the baby daddy's father. They go to the baby daddy's father and mother's house every summer.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go this summer, but they do have like black men in their lives. But if a woman was to skip out on my son because it was her preference, I would in no way, shape, or form be offended. Just like if my sons were to skip, if any of them were to say, I don't, a white woman is not my first option, or a black woman is not my first option. It's just his preference. Now, if he's like down in black women, like, nah, I don't want to be with no black women because they ugly and they this and that, that would be different. But
see, this is what that to me, that's double talk. To me, that's double talk. I think y'all have this thing with if it's not said, then it don't exist. If somebody tell you they don't want to mess with you, that means because you're not good. I'm sorry, they don't. That's something you bad. You like they don't like it. It's not. This whole preference thing is really like a way of getting out of the dealing with the truth. The truth of the matter is this: if I tell somebody I don't prefer dating these other people, I prefer these, or my preference is this, which means I prefer, right? I value this more than that, right? What we agree, that's basically what she's trying to say, right? That's what she's trying to say. It means I prefer this over something else. So if I think this is better or good, that's me acknowledging that this is less than. Maybe y'all don't understand that. This is why I tell y'all I don't have no preferences when it comes to race. I might have preferences on how you speak, your attitude, how you treat people, and things like that. But it is invisible to race for me. I put no preference on that, because once you put a preference on race, what you do is you down the other ones. And you guys can make all the arguments about, I just know what I want. I want people that speak my, cool, fine, but just acknowledge what a preference actually is. It's a liking or desire over something else. It's compared to something. You can't have a preference if the only option that exists is one thing. You can't have a preference of it. It's the only thing that exists. It has to be compared to something else, i.e., make it make sense. So regardless of how you try to talk around things, if it's not their preference, meaning they don't like you, they don't like your son because the way he looked, not because it's bad character, not because of this, not because he don't have no money, not it's just because of the way he looked. So cool. I'm not mad, but you do what you want, but just that's what you're doing. And you saying, you by not talking about it doesn't mean that we're dumb. We know how to read between the lines. We know nonverbal communication, all that good stuff. We heard what you said.
But preference, it's just preference.
No, it's not.
But your preference is based off of bad experiences with Black men.
No, my preference is based off of factual statistics.
Now, OMG. Did you hear what she just said? Oh Lord. She said, my preference is based off of factual statistics. Factual statistics? Tell me more. Oh, I must know more. I must know more. Sorry, I'm running low on my secret juice, so y'all had to forgive me. I have to preserve some of that to get through this show. But the work shall be done. So let's get into it. Factual, right? Let's get to it. Let's break it down. Let's get to it.
It's based off of factual statistics.
Factual statistics, you say?
Yeah. So like, would I, knowing that we're the least, and knowing, what I just wouldn't want to, especially at my age, waste my time dating someone that I know probably likely is not, gonna take me anywhere farther than.
Now, listen to what she said. My preference or my decisions is based in facts. It's factual data, basically. And I wouldn't waste my time. Orchid, I don't drink coffee. You know better than that. I wouldn't waste my time with someone or somebody, especially at my old ripe age of 55. I'm joking. I have no idea how old she is. Don't care. But wouldn't take me far. Do you hear that? Take me far. Okay. I'm intrigued. Fellas, don't judge her. Let's hear more of these factual decisions, what leads to her preference. This is amazing. Let's get to it.
Likely is not, gonna take me anywhere far.
Okay.
Oh, she said she feels like dating a Black man would be a waste of her time because more than likely you're not going to take her anywhere.
Oh, do you agree, Venus? You agree? Because I didn't hear you say nothing. Do you agree with what she said? Come on now. Because she said that, are you in agreement with it? Or do you think she's wrong? Or let me guess. You're going to say, well, I'm not going to judge her. It's her experiences. It's her preferences. Well, she said she based it on facts. Yeah, buddy. You got the right one. You got the right one. You got the right one today.
Likely is not, going to take me anywhere farther than the date. So.
Gotcha.
So is it fair to say that if Black men were doing better, they could easily become your preference again?
Absolutely, yeah. Like if statistics were, if our mindset changed as a whole, absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that you're...
I just want to make sure we don't get too far across. F statistics, this and that. Let me show y'all why these women be getting away with this nonsense. Let me give y'all the facts. Most married men, Asian men. Who makes more money, white men or Asian men? Asian men. If the facts are the facts and the statistic are the statistics, you shouldn't be dealing with white men either. You should be dealing with Asian men. They're the most married. They make more money than the blacks and the whites. So you should be going for the best, correct? But I know why you wouldn't go for the best, don't we?
You're only with the white man because you can't get the black man that you want?
You think that's funny, Venus?
Sasha K, man.
Oh no, no, not at all.
Why would you say that?
I don't think so. I prefer them based on their morals and their values, and it's.
You hear how stupid she sounds? And I'm taking that word from our podcast because he might pop up in the chat. But she really just think about it. She can get the blood. Listen to how she just wants to take the opportunity to down the black man that she say that she's supposed to go so hard for, right? You telling me you can get the black man that you want? Listen how crazy this sounds. You couldn't get the black man that you wanted. You should have said that's correct. Otherwise, because if I could get the black man that I wanted, I would get it. But you so intelligent, what you'll say is, no, because I could get the ones I want. Oh my God. It frustrates my brain, like comprehending this stuff. Your point only gets validated by saying that these men don't exist. Because if those men existed and you could get them, why would you not get them? Like, it just don't make sense at all. Oh, man.
It's just different. Like, and I speak about...
white men have better morals and values than black men. And white men...
I believe.
Were
but
the
I want to say
creators
African-American.
of so white men were the creators of the slave trade.
Now, notice that she said African American. She tried to throw a wedge in there, which is totally fine. Totally fine for you to do that. I have no problem with that. But then Tasha K goes on to say, all right, so you talk about the guys that created this, and that, and all the shackles and all that. You telling me these are the moral people? That's what you telling me? Those the moral ones?
So white men were the creators of the slave trade, but they have better morals and values than black men.
African Americans.
What do you guys think about what Tasha's saying? Wait, I gotta rewind this.
It's the same argument y'all make. That's what I think.
So white men were the creators of the slave trade, but they have better morals and values than black
African Americans in 2024. Yeah, I don't know about in 1920, but in 2024 as a whole, I believe so. I speak on African American black men because
I'm just curious. Is it me, because you're talking 2024, because you got that girl math going on. Is it me, or are white women not complaining about the experiences they get with men? I'm just curious. Are y'all beginning to tell me, and if this is the case, I bow out after this. I'm gonna bow out. T.O., I'm bowing out after this. If this is what it is, are y'all telling me that white men treat black women better than white women? Is that the argument you selling to us right now? That white men see black women and go, we gonna treat y'all better than our own women. After y'all tell us black men are the only ones that diss their own women. So now you about to sell to us that you want to give the white man because they treat y'all better than they treat their own women? Like, because that's the logic it sounds like you coming up with by acting like some of the main number one complainers of everything are white women. They are the numero uno ones. They are the leaders of these marches, these arguments. They are them. They the ones doing that. Meaning the men that they dealing with, they not complaining about the brothers. I hate to tell you. I know y'all want to say anywhere you go. They complaining about the man that they dealing with. And it ain't us. So unless y'all think that they lying, or they not having difficult times, or they not having issues with their families too, because apparently y'all don't understand why women stop having kids, whatever y'all want to go, the math don't add up. But if y'all getting a better experience with them than they own women, then they women shouldn't be complaining at all. But that don't logically add up. I'm not that smart enough to break this down. That logically add up. But to me, the math says more money, more family oriented, stay married longer. Sound like y'all should be going for Asian men. The fact that you're trying to prop up a white man, which I have no problem with. I'm not a race person, but I'm going by the conversation. Some don't add up.
African men are different. Like, they are more likely to take care of their families. Like, other Black men are not different than African American. I'm not just speaking on Black men.
Lauren Mack, thank you for the Cash App. You guys know.
Where's Lauren Mack at? Where's she at? You see how she try to throw that wedge in here? Well, the African guys, they're likely to take care. Okay. The point being is, I have no problem with that. If you believe that's true, okay.
When I get a Cash App, I have to play a video. This is for you, my Lauren. I appreciate you, boo. Let me go back a little bit. I want to hear this.
Like, they are more likely to take care of their families. Like,
okay, so she feels that white men are more likely to take care of their families. And statistics show that the lie detector determined she's telling the truth, right? Because they love to.
The lie detector determined that is the truth. How are you measuring taking care of their families? How are you measuring that? Are you saying that they're in the house with their kids more? Because I hate to tell you, to make y'all could be in the house. I've heard a woman say, well, we could be married and you be a single mom still. So how y'all are measuring this? Is it just being present? Is it paying child support? I really would love to know how y'all measure this. But it's cool. The opportunity is the opportunity. Step on the Black men.
To mention statistics. So is she wrong on this part? Because no, don't get it twisted. I get what Tasha is saying, okay, about white men. When she's like, well, they created the slave trade, systemic racism, systemic oppression, so many effed up things. I can't personally.
What is systemic oppression? What is that? Like systems in place to oppress people? Who are those oppressed people that you speak of? Who are these oppressed people that you speak of? The ones that you saying that's broke? The ones that was intentionally tried to be denied money, denied jobs? Who are these oppressed people? It's really interesting you say that.
We ever look at white men as these like highly moral men? Just me as a person, it's just never going to happen. But if I pay attention to their value system in terms of family, marriage, it does look slightly different than our community. It just does. So,
and are different. Like, they are more likely to take care of their families. Like, other Black men are not different than African American. I'm not just speaking on Black men.
But you do know, when we're talking about statistics and facts, right? Because you are basing it on statistics. You do know that when we look at why black men don't take care of black women, it's because of white men separating black men and black women from their families. And we just came out of the civil rights movement, literally during our mom's time. My mom went to school in the 1960s. So
Hold on.
What happened?
So black men today are not taking care of the ones who aren't, because not every black man. Obviously, there are black men who are taking care of the kids. So we're talking about the ones who don't, right? The ones who intentionally go around being reckless with their penis, not giving a damn that they have kids today, is because white men are separating them from the women.
Well, why aren't there more women of color CEOs today? Because I know back then they would deny y'all jobs and wouldn't give y'all opportunity, and you know the whole what y'all say systemic oppression. But since that's old, you know how you was like, yeah, that's old, cuz like that's old news. You right. So how come more of y'all not running Fortune 500 companies? Because we in 2024. You telling me now y'all not running Fortune 500 companies because of a systemic, intentional system that's trying to block y'all out and not allowing y'all the same opportunities as others? There's no way you're going to run with that narrative, right? Because we're in 2024, correct?
Nah, no, Sasha. We're not. Again, I think even this is, I could get the whole like the mentality of black men and black women can be a derivative of systemic oppression and racism. Absolutely. Even down to what she's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's coddling and making excuses for why men are not stepping up to the plate and doing what they're supposed to do. And even as a black woman, that type of mentality in itself is conditioning. She's been socially engineered to do that and doesn't even realize it. That's why no matter what this other girl says to her about what the kid's father is not doing, Tasha already has an excuse ready instead of just holding that man to a certain standard. Like, he's a grown man, he has children, he should be providing for them. The end. Right? It's just that simple.
So we're literally talking about 40, 50 years.
Yeah,
so
I do get it, Tasha, but it's like,
and this is due to the laws that white men put in place to ensure that black women like me and you would look at black men and say, we prefer to be with a white man because white men physically couldn't measure up to a black man.
So what about all of those black fathers who are taking care of their kids, who are in the same generation as you and her? What about those black fathers? What about those black men who are married and are providers? What about those black men? So how come, like, they understand? They grew up in systemic oppression and racism and all that, but they are taking care of their kids here. They're married here. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So I don't really know.
So what they did was attack them mentally, spiritually, and financially so that we would look at them as the go-to. You do know that, right?
I do get it, but I do know that and I get it, but there comes a point where you can't keep making excuses. Like, it's just like when we get so upset and rattled over like the police killing our people, but it's black men killing each other every single day over this silliest, pettiest stuff. Like,
oh, now she done triggered me. Hold on.
What percentage? What percentage of guys are doing that? 90% of black men? 70% of black men? 45% of black men are doing those trivial activities? Or would you say it's much lower percent than that? I would say it's much lower. I would say it's an extremely low percent, actually. And I hate to tell you, if a bunch of guys agree to play this game called, let me not get in that deep into it. and they say, yo, this is what it is. If I see you on my side of town, this how we get down. If a percentage of men, they decide that's what they want to do, who gonna stop that? Who gonna stop them? That's what they want to do. But if you make it seem like the majority of us are doing that, then that's you trying to paint a picture that don't exist. But I understand, because to make your point, you're gonna pull things out of thin air. You just got the wrong guys. Hey, look, man, you lucky you got me responding and reviewing this, because if it was other guys, they'd be cursing you out, and saying some more other stuff. I'm good with, well, she's lying through her teeth. She's a manipulator. And that's why she's on Tasha K, by the way, because she wants the exposure and all that. And it's cool. I have no problem with it. It's just I'm not ignorant to it. And most of these points can be pushed back against and easily dismantled. Easily. This man killing me. Okay, do you think the majority of people that die every year, do you think the majority of them are black? Just curious. Do you think we are the ones that are dying the most every year? Who do you think it is? Don't answer that.
Well, don't let me tell you something. This is why low key I do, when people date outside the race, I have a little bit of an issue with them. Not that it's my business who you date. I really don't care. It's because usually it's coupled with this type of mentality almost every time. Like once they separate themselves in that way, they also start to take on the thinking of other groups, right? Almost like they're not a part of it. And that's my issue, really. It's like, because they had to go inside themselves and kill some part of themselves to even align with a white man, right? Like as a black woman, I don't care what nobody says, you would have to.
Wow.
You would have to. So now she sounds like a white man, right?
Wow.
And that's my issue with it, really. It's just like, it doesn't just end at, oh, I'm dating who I'm dating. It usually is coupled with, you start to take on these I want to say very like kind of racist ideas against your own people. And then you kind of make arguments that a person who truly understood wouldn't even make, right? You sound like a white man now. And that'd be my same issue with the men. Like I said, those women who get on front of the internet or wherever they go and speak publicly about black women, when they have no familiarity with the culture, no experience for real, what would make a German woman, Turkish, whatever y'all said she was, feel confident enough to get up and think she's qualified?
Yeah, apparently Venus don't like this Turkish woman, not one bit. Not one bit at all. Now, I know why she doesn't, and she's not inclined to not like her. I don't know. I don't know if Venus is here, but if she is, I don't know. I don't know if she asked for the link or not, but I'm gonna put the link for her if she wants to hit the link. But I want to say this. When this lady here, y'all see depicted on screen, when she says she makes her decisions based upon facts. Facts. If you make your decision upon facts and then you start to say in there they don't make enough money, they won't take you very far, etc., etc. Well, the statistics are indicative and based upon groups. Black man, white man, Asian man, Hispanic man, etc. If those same men said, "Hey, Rose, I was listening to your interview, and we should make decisions on facts," would you be able to get any of those men? If they was like, we going for the top tier echelons of women, and we based it upon not your individual merit, not on a one-on-one basis, we going by the facts and the statistics, would they even breathe your way? Would you have a chance with any of them? Where do you rank as a group? Where does your ranking align you to get what type of man? So if we go by the ranking system, right? The facts of it. Factually, where do you rank? Since obviously you want to do statistical facts and stuff, where would you rank if the men decided to go by the facts of things? Would you even be able to get any of those men? Would you qualify for them based upon the facts? Are you the top of women? Since the black man group is at the bottom, where does your group align? Where are they at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Where is their ranking? You never like to look at it as the alternative, huh? Because most of us know where that group ranking would be. You wouldn't be able to have this YouTube channel. You wouldn't be able to do that show if that man went by the rankings. If he said, hey, let me go by the facts. Where do you rank at? Below white women? What? Let me get me a white woman then. I'm going by the facts. Sorry. You know how they say Sega. Sorry. Interesting how that works, huh? Now, I have expressed my feelings. I have expressed my thoughts on the show. And I'm done. I'm good. I've said what I had to say. I don't want to watch anymore. I have no interest in more of hearing this woman play all these games and do the tricks that she's doing. It's not interesting to me. But I wanted, because when I stepped in, I had to say, oh, this is crazy. It is. However, that's it for tonight, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys get some sleep tonight. Remember, the rules are simple. Keep the main thing the main thing. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep balancing it out. Do me a favor. If you're just tuning in, make sure you like and leave a comment at the end of the stream. And I'll see you guys on the next show. All right. You guys enjoy your night. And until the next time.